by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Today, I prefer to speak in Italian first of all, because I want to send a message to my players that is very clear.
I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
I'm not going to get gas, bro. I'm not doing it, bro.
I'm not doing it.
Get gas.
I'm joined by Adrian, a Liverpool fan.
Another one bites the dust. Leicester, please, 3 points. That's it. That's
Wow.
it.
That
to the
kind
next
of
one.
confidence.
I'm trying to win this league.
You man are going to lose a game.
Brilliant.
And I'm joined by Remy, a Manchester United fan.
Hey, Pogba, Rashford, everyone's thriving. Everyone's eating.
Pog back.
I see you shining, eh?
Hey, let's kick things off at the top 4 derby. It was Arsenal against Chelsea. It was Arsenal 2, Chelsea 0. Good Arsenal, bad Chelsea.
It's like a catchphrase. Oh my god.
It's only because you mentioned it last week. I'm going to give him. I'm going to get it again. Lads, what did we think about probably the biggest game of the weekend? Entertaining football. Was it a great match to watch?
I don't care, bro.
The game was
Did you learn it? Did you learn anything?
I don't care, bro.
That you're both as bad as each other. I can't even lie. There was a time where
You saw poor football.
it was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was like the defending on Arsenal side was so bad, and then Chelsea, they still can't attack properly because the whole system. So it's like you're both in the same boat. It's like you're two really poor, quality teams. There's potential to be quality
players.
and quality players, but it's like the systems are just a bit problematic. So you just looking at it all over the place.
I see.
All over the gaff.
Yeah.
I think because Chelsea still has some chances where it was just like, where is our defending again? You know the ball. No, like the ball would go over.
Oh,
and
the Pedro chance.
somebody will be 1-on-1, and it's like flag.
Yeah.
Surely it's offside.
Yeah.
But no, it's
Referees
just
are
poor
asleep at the
defending.
wheel, bruv.
You know,
Yeah,
Listen,
I was just going.
I'm not getting gassed off of this result, bro.
Why?
I've seen it too many times, bro.
Yeah, what? Good win. And then
Good win and then some stupidness the next week. Nah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I understand why you say that because even when I was at the game and Arsenal fans were just like yeah, but we lost to West Ham last week.
To be fair, it's
Do
been
you know what I mean?
it's
There
been a
was just
crap month.
there was that like Arsenal to beat Chelsea convincingly.
Yeah.
Like that Emirates should be rocking.
Yeah.
But second half it wasn't really like that because I think Arsenal fans are just so depressed with the statements of Emery saying they can't sign players, the terrible performance last week. It's all just it's really sucked the life out of this win. I think Arsenal haven't celebrated it the way they should.
You're right. I think we've had a horrible December and January. It's one of the downest days of our, of Arsenal's, of modern Arsenal Football Club because it's been one thing after another. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's not being able to sign players, whether it's there's no money, and then there's we've got an owner who doesn't really give a damn anymore.
Ozil not playing.
Ozil
Ramsey's
doesn't play.
gone in the
Ramsey's
summer.
going, and look how he performed on Saturday. He performed absolutely brilliantly. He's been professional all season. Then Sven, our head of recruitment, now is officially going.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you actually feel about that?
I'm gutted because the one thing we had to hold on.
It's a big L.
It's the baddest L.
big
It's the baddest
L.
L.
Wasn't it, were you guys saying that you need to improve recruitment and stuff?
Yeah, I felt like you guys weren't Arsenal fans weren't happy with him.
With him?
him?
Are you crazy?
I'm mad, bro.
The guy comes in and his first signing is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I'll take that. Then he signs Mkhitaryan, which, okay, fine. He's not an awful player. He's a decent player for Sanchez, right? He then gets Mavropanos, who... don't give me that.
No, I mean, actually, no one won that one.
Mavropanos, from what we saw of him last season, he was actually really nice. He was really good for someone who's 20 years old. Then he goes into the winter. He gets Torreira. He gets Leno. He gets Guendouzi. He gets...
Wait, so did he just come in last year or something?
He came last December. That's what makes it worse. So our recruitment improved in the last year, as opposed to what we got. Instead of Mustafi and Xhaka, he's got Torreira and Socrates.
Based on the money,
Just like
the money you've had to spend, he's actually done.
He's done brilliant.
well,
He's done brilliant. He's done absolutely brilliant.
Now the guy's
We could get someone better. You could get someone better, to be honest. You could.
Who?
I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know recruiters.
Remy, this is the guy you discovered. I think Lewandowski.
He's discovered Lewandowski. He discovered
Discovered
No, but he's
Why
So
you
you
discovered
where's he
I wish I
not?
could
Moving
say
like
something.
Soldier Boy out here, like I discovered Lewandowski.
Moving as Christopher Columbus.
Nah, bro. I wish I could say something, but I can't say it on
lands, you
record.
know.
But there will be some stuff I'll tell you guys afterwards. But anyway,
I saw a list today of players that he brought into Dortmund.
Ousmane Dembele. Do you know what I'm
Christian
saying?
Pulisic, all of these guys.
He's got a
So
CV.
he knows how to discover
He's the
talent,
best
bro.
in the world at what he does.
So why is he leaving Arsenal?
Well,
Apparently-
I think.
What's this nonsense about even bringing Edu, bro?
Well, see, it seems like, and this is what's being reported, is that Raul, who's our head of football, he's the kind of guy that wants, Evan Banega in, or, Dennis Suarez in. Something that's ready now, and, we get inside, improve the team today. Whereas Sven's a bit more like, let's look at this talent. Okay, fine, if I've got a budget of 50 million to spend in the summer, fine, I'm going to find you about 6 players where in that 50 million bracket, here you go. So instead of getting a Torreira, a Guendouzi, or a Socrates, or even Socrates is a bit different. I think it's more more a Raul thing. But Socrates is good anyway, so Sven took it anyway. But it's getting stuff that is ready made now. I think Raul's more about fam. At all costs I will cut through anything because he's the one that took Ramsey's contract away. Ramsey had an offer on the table. Ramsey said, "I'm not really happy with that deal." And he said, "Fine, the contract's gone." So he's the one that's very like. His connections in football is what helps him because they want to go down that route of...
Is he the ex-Barca guy?
Yeah. They want to go down the route of let's go through my contacts as opposed to let's go through this guy's recruitment.
Hold on, we got the B-Tech Barca because we got...
No. This is the Barcelona who nicked all our players. Well, I say all ours. He nicked Hleb, he nicked Fabregas, he nicked Henry. He's like... For him, it's all about the connections.
So what's the Man City lot then?
Oh, that's not the same as Raul. The Man City one's slightly different. Do you remember? Oh, I wish I could remember his name. There was a Bartomeu. Do you guys remember him? Of Barcelona. He's the one that brought in. Yeah, he's the one that brought in. That's who he was. Yeah. So he was the one after him.
Okay.
Raul was the one after Bartomeu. So Bartomeu, I think, brought like your Ronaldinho's and all that lot. And then Raul comes in, and then he brought in that era of Guardiola's success. Yeah. That was his time. And then after that, Testogen, is that his name? Or, I forgot his name. The one at Man City. The one at City was the one after Raul, but not in the same role, not in the same job role. So they crossed over in a sense. What was you going to say, Adrian?
Was he not after Pep? Was he kind of like on the sort of the Barcelona downtime where they sort of kind of deviated away from that tiki-taka and sort of just started buying like random Donnies?
No, I was under the
like
impression...
the runners like Paulinho.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was under the impression he's more like... I was under the impression that he was more like whatever the equivalent of... who's the president of Madrid? What's his name? Florentino Perez, yeah. He's like sort of like the equivalent to some degree there.
No,
because Bernabeu Barca was more like academy, innit? Like,
yeah, but Barca is not run the same way Madrid is. So it's a bit... Everyone's there, but they've got different names for their roles, if that makes sense. But they effectively do the same.
So overall, losing Sven is not the right direction.
Not good,
for
like,
us.
It depends. It depends. I have to see what Raul does. That's the problem. I have to. If you said to me this window, you get Banega and Suarez, I'll be like, that's a good window. I'll take it. Let's move.
Fam, you ain't saw that our defense.
But
we need defenders.
And that's the thing. Like Sven would go into his scouting circuit and find one from Dusseldorf and bring him over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's very much about stats. He's very much about he understands the game. He understands how players develop. Yeah. So he'll pluck mother partners from obscurity because there's certain attributes he likes about him, and he believes that they're sort of transferable to Arsenal.
Yeah, you're right. He likes stats, whereas the other bloke likes who I know. This is who I know. Yeah.
And using
I can call that guy and say, look, come on. He's like, it's funny. He's like a George Mendes. He's like all these guys
super
all in
agent.
one. He's a super agent. It's insane.
A super director.
The people he knows, So, and then if this Edu thing is to be true, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. But then I don't know how you could have had Sven in that mix because he was probably getting overruled. That's the only thing I could think. Why he leaves in February, so he's still finishing the January window off. He wants to get stuff in January done. And then
what's the point, bro? He's gonna give. He's dipping, bro. We might as well just dip.
And if people like Bayern Munich get a hold of him, that's it. It's
just a wrap, bro.
It's a wrap. It's absolutely wrap.
They're already doing things like Hudson Odoi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He'll bring Hudson over.
That's right.
They'll standardly get Dembele because Bayern will pay the money. So yeah, gutted about that. But look,
listen, we won the game back, fam. I'm just,
man, it's not all doom and gloom though, is it?
The thing is though, we'll get spanked on Friday against Man United, and then it's back to how we felt last week, where and then Cardiff at home will be one of those weird stale games that
They're
like,
1-0 in the
it could
84th
be
minute.
that, it could be very stale. And then we go to City, and before you know it, you're 7 points behind the top 4. Just like that. You're just like it's not worth it. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's annoying, but I'm glad we won though, because I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't fancy us to get a result there. I predicted last week for Chelsea to win.
Don't know why. Don't know why.
Well, I think your manager was spot on. I think your manager was absolutely spot on that, your players didn't have the mentality. We're currently looking at the Bolton at home to...
This is a mad thing.
West Bromwich Albion, and there's been tennis balls thrown on the pitch because of it. Anderson. Who's Anderson? Is it the manager?
Yeah.
Is it the owner?
Owner.
Yeah,
I think Bolton.
Bolton.
Yeah.
They are 23rd in the championship on their way down.
The Bolton fell off.
Going down, man.
Bro, they protested by dashing tennis balls on there.
Yeah, but bare people have had thingy. Bare teams have done stuff like that, throwing tangerines. And stuff.
Listen,
The
mate.
Blackpool.
I didn't know that was
Hey,
a
listen,
thing.
I was at
Big
Charlton one time, yeah.
Charlton,
That place is flawless. They didn't even have stewards.
Wait, what did
You can just roll up with no ticket.
You can run up on Charlton.
Wait, what did they do?
I'm meant to say, that stadium is
They
flawless.
listen,
They
I
flooded that
was
bitch.
working there, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, when they were having stewards. Do you know
It was 2 years ago. Even before that, fam, when I say balls got shot, I don't know where these balls come from.
That's a
Back
massive.
behind the
Emirates,
goal.
so you don't need to pattern up.
What do you mean? We open up Pringle packets to make sure people don't bring tennis balls in. It's that real.
No. I'm saying you should pattern up and get tennis balls and throw them on the
I think
pitch.
they're on the streets.
So that Stan Kroenke.
You know what I mean, man? Stop coming. I've stressed this forever enough. We want to have a 10,000.
You have a good game like yesterday.
Let's have a 10,000
yeah.
attendance.
It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. A London club as big
People
as
always want to go see the football,
as big as you are.
regardless of how
Everyone
bad
should
it's
just buy
going.
tickets and then just not turn up.
That's
That's worse.
Then he's getting his money.
That's
No one's
even
getting their money. Yeah,
worse.
he's still getting their money.
Wait. What kind of protest is that?
Yeah, right. Because
Come on, say I'm going to boycott. I'm going to buy it anyway.
Because if I boycott,
But I'm not gonna drink
if I boycott, someone's going to take my seat.
Yeah, like
No.
season tickets.
Yeah,
Get
somebody else
that.
will buy the ticket.
Oh, that's what you're
Whereas
saying.
what we're saying is let's have it empty. I'm not saying don't put money in this.
I
am saying that, but I'm
The
saying
only way you could say that is to be like singing ticket
yeah,
holders don't turn up.
they've already paid.
But then it's the same thing that Adrian said last year. How can you pay a grand something and expect people not to turn
Well,
up?
you know,
Listen, your name comes off. Hey, your name comes off that list, boy. Hey, so
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't cancel your season.
Like
64-year
10 years
waiting
ago.
list.
Lad, man who saw us go unbeaten, are still waiting for
I like.
Famous moment.
I was saying,
But
it's sticky.
it's noisy. But yeah, I was impressed that we
The
scored.
game,
Lacazette,
Lovely goal.
phenomenal goal. Phenomenal goal. I forgot the second one.
Who
Koscielny.
do you prefer? Him or Aubameyang? 'Cause it's an interesting...
Depends what you're asking me.
It's not interesting.
Be more specific with your question. What's your question? Because if you're saying as a whole, who do I prefer?
Abba.
Aubameyang. Because he
Aubameyang.
scores more goals.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Who
It's
scores
over.
better
That's
goals?
it.
Alex Lacazette.
Lacazette's a great finisher.
I see
Yeah,
his
he's a better
his
finisher.
all-round game is better.
I think-
Aubameyang offers nothing
Yeah, and that's the problem. Aubameyang does nothing
apart
else
from put a ball in
but
there.
finish. So all round, Lacazette's better. Who do I want in my side? I like goals.
Aubameyang every day of the week.
This game, as we
Twice
stressed
on Thursday.
as we stressed on the group chat, winning football is about winning.
Yeah,
So I want to see us get 3 points. You know, I don't care what kind of football we play anymore. I'm done with all this fancy, romantic. Whatever gets through. Long
Fancy
ball.
romantic.
Listen, I'm all for the long ball.
So be it.
I'm all for the direct. I'm all for anything. I'm up for any kind of football.
This guy really wants Mourinho at his club.
Oh, yeah,
He
take
really
him,
wants
I'd
it.
have Mourinho in a heartbeat. It's not even a question because he's a winner. Because damn it,
No,
he wins.
what?
Because damn it, he wins.
So what? As soon as you say Mourinho's name, yeah,
No, I'm just...
and this is here.
Oh, is it? Alright,
That's seventh
Is
sense.
It is fully in here as well.
Oh my gosh.
It's just entering the building.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no. So yeah, to answer Remy's question, yeah, standard. Aubameyang is who I would have more because he scores goals. He goes.
He's the goal scorer, man.
Oscar, what was your take on the whole game? Because you were ranting in the car after the game about Maurizio Sarri.
No, I was livid. Like I was so mad because I felt like I could just see it coming. What's going on,
entering
Ernest?
the building?
I felt like I could see it coming. I felt like from weeks before, the way we lost at Spurs and the way we played against Newcastle, I think you can see this team is struggling for goals. Yeah, and he continued to play the same three going forward, and I can't stand when a professional manager can't see what I can see, because I just watch football every week. You know, I'm nothing. Like, I'm not an analyst of any sort.
Do you not think that he's not good? Does he not just think what he's got is not good enough? Like when Higuain comes in, we will all.
I think one thing we've learned is that Sarri is very stubborn. And it's annoying because Conte was stubborn. It's annoying because Mourinho was stubborn. And it's just this long list of stubborn managers who have their way of doing things. And it's like they don't want to change it for anything. For anything. Like our team, we play the same team every single week.
Yeah, you do.
We play the same, and it's fine. Like I like the idea of knowing your first 11, but you've got to create some opportunity for people to fight for places. It's like, how is Marcus Alonso starting every single week? How?
Well, who do you play?
How?
He's not.
Emerson,
bad.
isn't it?
You don't play Emerson,
Bad.
though.
Oh, you don't?
Going forward.
Meritocracy. Need a man.
No,
I think going forward, he's fine. He does a
you
good
think,
job
you
going
think
forward.
going forward he's
Marcos
fine?
Alonso.
I'm with Remy.
I don't think he's that bad.
No, because of
really don't.
what I mean is that
To be fair, that's all he does.
Chelsea haven't got a substitute for him.
But he's not even good at
Peter,
that.
Peter, can I ask you a question?
No, but I think those times that in the game where when he goes forward, like he's an extra body in the
Alonso's a
carry.
bum.
And he
He's
goes
a bum.
He's dangerous.
bum.
He's dangerous going forward.
No, guys, no.
He's a bum.
He's dangerous going
I
forward.
think
Stats
when he goes forward, and that's why
I see the stats.
In 2017,
I see
he had
this.
good stats. Yeah, when we won the league. But, bro,
but-
why
last
is he getting the
year,
most points in fantasy though?
Yeah,
He's
I
getting
bet
the
he's
most
got like
points.
7
this year,
assists.
yeah, this year.
Yeah, he's won the highest
I bet
rated
he's got like
defenders.
7.
Because Chelsea keep clean sheets. What are you talking about?
Are you judging the man on fantasy
I'm
football?
just no, but he's got attacking points.
No, can we pause? No, stop.
You
No,
attack
stop.
his attacking
No,
ability.
stop.
He's attacking ability.
No, stop.
Talking about
No, stop.
dropping.
No, guys, we
Goals
need
and
to have a
assists.
serious discussion about
Nah,
Remy.
you try. No,
We have a serious discussion about Remy.
Wait,
Come on.
wait.
He's trying to play his own fantasy football.
No, but if he's so bad,
FPL.
why has he got so high rating?
Yeah,
If he's that
Because
bad.
Chelsea keep clean sheets.
Yeah,
So-
but why is it
loads.
not David Luiz then? And why is it not? Who's the right back? Why is it not Aspilicueta? Why is it really?
Oh, should we start last week?
No,
He
but I'm
started
saying, the
last
stats-
week this season.
He's
No,
saying-
Alonso started the season on fire, and then
He's
like,
saying
after that, the
Alonso's
8th
the
game,
highest.
he ain't played no
Alonso's
difference.
a
Guys,
bum.
it's air. It's air.
It's air, man.
Would
Would you sign him tomorrow? Would you sign him tomorrow?
I'll take him better.
I
He's better than
most,
Shaw. He's
I
better than
most
Shaw.
certainly would never.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I think they're the same, you know.
Nah, no way.
I
Sure,
think
sure,
they're the
sure,
same.
I really
sure.
don't think Alonso's
Sure,
better.
sure,
Shaw and Alonso are the same,
No,
mate.
come on.
I think Alonso going forward is fine.
I've been watching Alonso for like when did he join? 3 years ago. 3 years now. I've never seen him kick a ball with his right foot. Never happened. Yeah, he only uses his left foot.
He's
That's all he can
deceived.
do.
Was he
He takes far too many touches.
No,
He's like,
Antonio.
Conte.
Antonio.
From Fiorentina, innit? That Italian link.
yeah, that was fully
And
Conte.
he's a Spanish
I believe that
signing.
was a
He's a
Conte
Spanish
signing. Yeah, but
No, I'll be honest.
But he's
For the system, like it was alright first season.
He did it.
He's a bum.
yeah, I mean, and he scores 3 kicks.
Yeah,
that's
like-
why he's high on the list.
As much as I don't rate him, he's got pros. He's got
Has
pros.
he got a free kick this season?
Probably. I don't
I
know.
was saying that. I
He's
think
always- he's always
going
around the
forward,
free
even I
kicks.
noticed like even yesterday, sorry, on
Did
the
you
game.
watch Arsenal versus Chelsea?
I watched the game.
Did you watch it? Did you see Marcus Alonso?
He's just too
But he didn't
tall for a centre for a left back.
No, defensively, he's a liability.
Extremely tall.
You know what? He was in the box. He
He's
was in the. It was at the fast
I
away
thought he
for
was going to
headers.
score.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought he was going to get points there. I was like, no, that can't happen. That can't happen. So no.
Listen, when you're playing against Alonso, he's dangerous and you're worried. You are worried. I was worried plenty of times
That's
when you got
because
my forward.
he scored against you twice. That's why.
Yes, because he's not a half bad defender. That's why.
It's not.
He's not half bad. So
Nah, he's bad, guys.
yeah, he's
No,
Marcus Alonso's
No,
bad.
He's
bad.
bad.
I just don't think he's as bad as everyone says.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
throughout
agree.
the weeks, you guys always say, okay, he's rubbish, and I don't watch Chelsea. Then I saw this game, I was like, he's not doing anything bad. Like, I
Out of
don't-
the ordinary.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
feel like he was like awful.
He's too tall to be a left back. That's
No,
not.
he's a bad footballer. He's a bad footballer. Look, I'm not spending too much time
But
on
yeah,
that.
you is Sarri treading water here or treading on thin ice? Let me say with the comments he made in his press conference. Do you think that?
Let's dive into those comments.
Box office, by the way.
Okay.
Let's start. Oh, it was.
Do you know why he's the man?
I was messaging you, man, live.
The only thing that would have made it any bit better is if it came from his own mouth. Because it came from a translator.
I hear that.
We're not getting the sound bites.
But
Do you know what I mean?
the interpreter was on point.
The interpreter was sick.
My guy gave it in Italian, but I felt it. I didn't even need to know what he said.
gave it
I
the
just
full
felt
bit.
it.
So I didn't know. Like
He didn't want nothing to get lost in translation. Not a single bit.
after the game, yeah,
No,
I
he's the man.
put into the WhatsApp group. Sorry, yellow card. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was very much heat in the moment. I was still in the stadium when I messaged that. Like, I was so angry that we'd just been smoked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then after hearing all this, like I have a lot to say about what he said. Yeah. So first of all, we started off by saying this group of players are extremely difficult to motivate. What? No, as people who watch football, it's shots, yeah. But this is something we all know. This is something we all know. This team won the league under Mourinho. The next season didn't want to turn up. Yeah. This team won the league under Conte. The next season didn't want to turn up. Yeah. It seems as though if they're not challenging for the league, they're
just meandering.
Now, part of the excuses for that last season was players like Hazard, players like Willian. They're top quality players, isn't it? They don't want to play counter-attacking football. Under Mourinho and under Conte, it was very much the same thing. Defensive football, the other team has the ball, we don't. Yeah. So, and Conte's thing was suffer.
So, by the way, just on a side note, how many points are you off the top, off the title race?
I've stopped checking. We're not in title race.
No, as in how many points are you off?
On 47.
I'm on 47. I'm on
60. So
but yeah, because at the beginning of the season, I say first 3 months, people were like, "Oh, Chelsea are just beneath them guys." Now we're not there.
You guys were unbeaten with them for a while.
Yeah, we were unbeaten for a long time. And then now, no one seems to care about that. So last year with Conte, we were suffering with the ball, and suffering without the ball. Every team was coming to Stamford Bridge and having more possession than us, and then we try hit them on the counter attack. And it was kind of a similar situation to how it was with Mourinho at United. If you have these players, why are you going to West Ham and defending? Why are you? You know, our thing was we would go 1-0 up and then sit back and let them have all the pressure would come on us.
Conte, you're saying?
Yeah, under Conte. All the pressure will come on us. So now, we have a manager who is like, it's flipped. We have all the possession. We have the ball. Yeah. So we're giving the ball. Willian, Brazilian. Pedro.
Willian not Brazilian, though.
No, by place of birth alone.
Willian is not Brazilian.
I grew up in Barnet, bruv.
That's a winner.
So, yeah, but that's the only accolade I can put by his name. Pedro, World Cup winner. Willian's Brazilian and Hazard is Eden Hazard. So when these three players have the ball, should we not be experiencing a little bit more creativity from those three when we're playing with the ball?
But Pedro's not Barca Pedro though. I feel like since he jumped off the plane, like he has not been Pep Guardiola Pedro.
His first season was pretty good though.
I don't think so.
I thought it was fire in his first season.
Not
his first season, the title-winning season. Sorry, because he joined the year. Mourinho's
the title-winning season was
he joined Mourinho's third year. He
2016.
He didn't win the league under Mourinho.
Yeah, he joined him. I'm talking about Conte's title.
Yes.
I'm saying that season he was hot.
He was hot.
No? Fair enough.
It's weird because Pedro played in that Barcelona team that kept the ball very well, but he doesn't seem like a possession.
His ball retention is disgusting.
It's not that great. It's not that great at all. But I like it because when he has the ball, he's trying to do something.
I feel like Pedro is the Spanish Sanchez. Like
I don't know what that means.
In terms of Sanchez has probably some of the worst ball retention at Arsenal, but he's probably the most creative. Not creative, but he's a big part of why they would score goals at Arsenal. You see what I'm saying? But he's not. He doesn't have the flair of Ozil, but he is just an attack dog. Yeah. Giving the ball in the 18-yard box, 6-yard. He wants to score goals. I feel like that's Pedro with less goals.
Because on the opposite hand, you have Willian, who's good at ball retention, but nothing else. You can see Pedro's trying stuff. Pedro will take a shot. Pedro will continuously do things. Where was I going with that? Yeah, these players need. I need more from these players.
Sure,
I need more from these players. So before,
some of them are bums though.
Yeah.
Like some of your players are bummy.
Which is why I don't blame Sorry.
I don't blame Sorry.
This is part of the thing I'm getting at. This is my whole spiel. It's like maybe it's not all Sorry here. Yeah. Next thing he said was, I wish I could talk about tactics, but I can't because the sheer determination of Arsenal's players, particularly in the box, was far superior to ours. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Arsenal won every ball in the air. Every ball.
It's mad. Yeah. Do you know what I was sitting there thinking? I was like, I swear Emery heard our podcast last week. because if you take that game alone, and I go back to my statement of last week, what do you see different from this Arsenal side? What do you know anything about? Because it was my bone that I picked with him. Was I don't even see what he's trying. Yeah. But then what I saw on Saturday, I thought to myself, hang on a minute, this is not the Arsenal I know. Even I don't know that Arsenal. It was unrecognisable.
Chelsea versus Arsenal? When have you ever seen Chelsea go to Arsenal and have 64% possession? Has that ever happened in the history of the Premier League?
No such thing.
I said to my boy at work, I said Arsenal's playing like Chelsea.
No such thing.
And Chelsea's playing like Arsenal.
It was crazy. It was crazy. One thing I've always expected, when we go to Arsenal, we're going to bully this team.
Yeah.
Like Matic, Drogba, whoever it is.
Well, you ain't got them, man, though.
That's something I realised.
You ain't got them, man.
Our midfield is Kante, Jorginho, and Kovacic.
And you used to play...
We don't have them, man.
When you had those brutes...
2.5 men.
It was against... it was against Denilson.
It's 2.5 players.
That's it, 2.5 men. Wait, who's the half?
Listen, what's it called?
What is your fault?
Hey, I like it.
What is your
Who was saying it on Saturday?
My man
He
was
has no X factor.
Exotic Joe Allen. That's what it is.
That's what it is. What I was gonna say.
Listen, he's a Rubicon Joe Allen.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Joe Allen.
He's bad.
I can't tell you the difference on the players other than height.
I hear you. No, Kovacic has been disappointed, which is a shame because I always thought he had great potential. But
chops.
I think the days when you were talking about the Ballacks and the Drogbas and them and the Mikkels and that, the beasts, used to play against our Denilsons and friggin' Fabregas and Nasri, small guys, small kids.
It's all part of what I was saying. Conte, Mourinho, the identity, the makeup of our team is changing.
Yeah.
Or it has changed. Yeah, we're not that big team anymore. We're not who we used to be.
In terms of big, you mean in size? The players are not massive.
Can I ask a cheeky question?
Go for it, man.
Are you getting what you asked for in terms of the other two managers are proven winners and this guy is not?
Yes. We are getting what we asked for.
I think he's well within his rights to complain about what he's complaining about, but I feel like your team's been bummy for a couple of years, yeah. But Conte got Victor Moses to win the league title.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Aspie's playing first centre back, and he's doing his thing. This season, I've not been impressed with Aspilicueta, yeah. So I feel like as far as man management, I've seen some of your best players bug out in big games. Hazard, Man United.
And they started.
Yeah. Kante was actually good on Saturday, yeah, but I don't know why you man were crossing to him in the box. That was hilarious.
But that was Marcos Alonso though, but he's sick, innit?
Yeah, cool.
That's Sarri's fault because Kante should never be that far forward.
Okay, then you've got David Luiz and David Luiz and Kovacic and David Luiz and Jorginho's performance at Wembley.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you've
Sorry,
got.
let's park on David Luiz for a second.
You know I don't want to park. Yeah.
The foul.
I feel like yeah. Because I feel like
one thing.
What when I passed to Rudiger?
One thing.
Magnificent.
Listen.
Listen.
The free kick he gives away that leads to our second goal has to be discussed.
No, but it was a
has to be discussed. It was such a rash challenge in an area of the pitch. I mean, it was in front of like Surrey. It was like far deep. But it was so irrational.
If we're going to talk about defending, can we discuss that there were like 7 blue shirts for Koscielny's goal?
Fam,
do you know how many? Everybody. Hold on, is that Aspilicueta losing his
Oh wait, hang on a minute. No. I'll tell you why we should park at that name. Because do you know where the two centre halves were? Me and Oscar had the freeze frame on TV.
Yeah.
7 blue shirts in the penalty area. Fine. Yeah, that's a good number. Who was the closest near to Koscielny? Can I tell you who it was?
Kepa.
The right back. It was the right back who, where Koscielny's header, he's like a centre half.
And because if you deep it, the shot was poor.
It was poor.
My boy Chris was like, nah, that was a dead shot. How is that? That's what I keep saying.
The assist.
No, Koscielny's actual goal.
It was shoulder, innit? Yeah, is it?
No, what I'm saying is that in terms of
it's why it looks weird.
If you look at it reminds me of like half of Hernandez's goals at Man United.
Yeah.
It's like it will hit his face, then his chest, then his ankle, before it goes in. Yeah, bro.
Lower back.
You see what I'm saying? It's like Frank Lampard. You remember when Murphy used to say things like, Lampard's goals will hit 10 men before they go in. Yeah. That was Koscielny's goal. I was like, you didn't mean that.
If you ever see the goal again, freeze.
But Aspilicueta.
The tackle's shocking.
The tackle's shocking.
The
tackle's shocking. But then, repent. But it's a valid when it comes in.
The issue that bugs me is the same issue I said at the beginning. The ball is coming to the box.
Yeah.
Arsenal are first to the ball. Heads it down to another Arsenal player who has the ability to cross the ball back in.
Yeah.
Again, Arsenal are first to the ball. Koscielny scores the goal.
Unmarked.
Ping pong. You man are playing ping pong in our box.
Unmarked.
Bang, bang, bang.
Unmarked.
The ball's flying over the top every time to a red shirt.
Yeah.
And this is why Conte's talking about. This is why Sarri's talking about mentality rather than tactics. Because he's saying
you don't think look bothered.
You man ain't jumping.
If there's one thing I'll agree with, you don't think look bothered. None of your players look bothered.
You lot were really at the beach in January.
At the beach. And I hate to sound like a TV commentator, but when you see these players walk out, they literally didn't look up for it.
Yeah.
Like kick
No,
off.
they didn't.
They're like, these men don't look like they're playing football.
In the warm up,
They look
it's
like-
interesting because in the warm up it was a bit like all of a sudden I just grew some sort of enthusiasm and said, you know, we could take
these lot.
We could take these up. All because when our lot were training, it was like, you know, they were doing all kinds of stuff. That coach, that I don't know what his name is. I forget Carlos, the guy that's a nutcase. That assistant, yeah. I don't know what it is. He gets in these guys' ears, yeah, and drills and drills and drills.
If there's one thing I'll give Emery, yeah, because he's a victim, yeah. If there's one thing I'll give him this season, that you lot turn up for big games.
He's making chicken salad.
I'll give
for sure.
I'll give him chicken bones.
Yeah.
No, I went in the week last week. Chicken S.
Yes.
Out of bone broth. The guy is doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. He's made us turn up for the big games where Arsenal usually, you know, we pale in comparison to any big team that we face.
By the way, guys, official breaking news: Kevin Prince Boateng is officially a Barcelona player.
This guy got relegated with Portsmouth, bro.
Why not?
This is ridiculous.
Why not?
He's on loan from Sassuolo now. I don't understand.
Why not?
Is it a transfer? Is it a loan?
I
genuinely
don't care.
I mean,
genuinely,
he should have been promoting at PSG. I sat there like, yo,
you should care.
Why?
He's a Ghanaian.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He better not work out. He took you guys to the court.
Who?
He's not xenophobic, is he? He's not going to jump on the
Brexit.
What does that mean? There's very dead Ghanaian players. One of them plays at Newcastle.
Oh, Atsu.
Yes.
he's a whacker.
Oh my God!
He's
Christian Atsu is a bad player.
That Man United game, he frustrated the hell out of me. I was like, come on, Christian, come on.
Let me do one last comment from Sarri. He said he did take some responsibility, which I respected. He said, I'm partly responsible for the mental approach. And I think for that, you need to hold it L, because you're talking about these players are not motivated. The reason they're not motivated is the same thing that Ernest was saying. Willian will have an absolute stinker. He knows he's starting next week. You have no rotation. There's players like Ampadu, Christensen, Hudson-Odoi that you don't need to motivate, right?
Facts.
But the only player that looks like when they come on the pitch they're fighting for their shirt is Ross Barkley, because he knows he's not going to start every week.
Even Kante.
So when he gets his... But Kante's starting.
Sorry, fight. Oh, sorry, yeah. I thought you meant like motivated for the game.
Who looks like, if I don't play well today, I'm not playing next game.
Yeah.
Ross Barkley's the only one.
Ross Barkley used to sit down, man.
Yeah, I think he was decent for
He was alright against Arsenal. He was alright against Arsenal.
I think he was their best player.
I can't describe it.
I think Kante was.
It's not attribute, but
I think Kante was their best player.
And
You're not taking the piss. I said Ross Barkley was their best player.
No, I think he's the only one I can say is without fault.
Think that when he came on, when he came on, Kepa had a good game as well. Like when he came on and he was actually like. The second half, the ball was nowhere near our half of the field. Like, it was always at Chelsea's end.
Bro, the fact that I was looking at half-time and it said Chelsea have no shots on target, I was dying.
Did they ever get one?
They had one, didn't they? One at the end of the game.
At the end of the game, one.
A target.
You know what I'm saying?
Hello didn't make a save, did he?
I don't know what that was. I don't know. According to the Premier League, that's it. Yeah.
That was one of those where you know when the goalkeeper brings the ball down and just lays down.
Was it Koscielny's block?
It might have been a block. Barkley had a shot that was blocked, but I don't know. I don't know if that counts as an
maybe that counts.
Fair play to Arsenal, man. We played brilliant on the day.
You did.
You know, and you know, not to get.
I was still like Arsenal are not that good. I watched the game. I watched the game and I said Chelsea's making Arsenal look so good right.
Do you know how disrespectful it is that Arsenal kept a clean sheet against us?
Facts.
For real, we don't keep clean sheets.
A clean sheet.
Leno's second clean sheet.
That is a massive L.
That's his second
we didn't
clean
even
sheet.
Comfy.
It wasn't like De Gea is making 10 saves in a game. It was a comfy clean sheet.
Kept him at bay.
It was a
comfy clean sheet.
Kept him at Turtle Bay. Wait for Pina Colada. Wait for
That's it.
cocktail.
Yeah, because Willian's more Jamaican than Brazilian. So
I don't know.
that's not fair one.
You know what is it? What's so magic?
Bro, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, let that marinate.
I said speaking ball with Captain Morgan in his hands. Or a Magnum.
Like with the attitude and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I hear you. Especially and when Giroud comes on, because Giroud doesn't quite believe the ovation he gets right from the Arsenal end.
Giroud was not there to play ball,
and he was not there to play.
He was there to wave at the crowd.
Oh, it was there for the moment.
Saying we and
Do you know what's so
interviews and
funny?
stuff. Nah, he's stored off.
It's mad, like, because he came
Just
for the
gonna
warm-up.
go.
Like, you get players who warm up, and if you're a Chelsea fan that come down the corner, you're getting booed left, right, and centre, right? Giroud comes over, we're singing his name. And so he's all like clapping, he's doing that with his chest, and it's like, he was really touched by it. When he comes on the field, he does nothing. At the end of the game, he then goes around the whole North Bank and applauds them all the way off to the pitch.
Emotion, isn't it?
So they're like, Giroud, you know, that's a moment for me, yeah? Like, you know, love it, whatever. But if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'd be like, what is this? You're meant to be wanting to score
I
against
feel like
Arsenal.
he should have started.
He should have started.
And get the most
Yeah,
out of Hazard.
yeah,
Put
yeah,
the most
yeah.
out of
Man
Hazard.
are crossing in the first half.
No,
Too.
crossing to no one. I was
happens
like,
all
you
the
need this
time.
6'6" giant right there.
Yeah.
Boom, put him right there.
No,
in the
we
centre.
agree. We all agree on that. When Higuain gets over the line, then it's you know.
Can I ask,
Chelsea-
why is that transfer taking like 3 weeks to do? But other transfers.
No, he's here.
Because remember, he
why
like,
do you think so?
because-
No, Higuain is, but because Milan's deal took long.
Yeah, there's
Milan
loads
one.
of
Yeah.
different things.
Milan still took long, but also
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on, he's
it's a
on
two.
loan.
Yeah,
He's
It's,
on
it's a domino
loan.
effect.
Who are they getting? Sorry.
He's on
But my boy works at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He said, nah, he's there.
Apparently, Morata's gone to Atletico.
I bet you're happy
Yeah,
to see that.
hey,
I bet you're happy to
lovely.
see
When I see him with the Atletico shirt, I'll tell you what I really think of that guy. Because as long as you play for Chelsea, I can support you in it. But
Oh no, like some players are beyond support.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
well,
some
you know,
that'll be
like, I can't. Yeah,
There are some that'll be on.
yeah. But for Sarri now, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just trust the process. If we back Sarri the same way Klopp was backed at Liverpool with time,
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Pep with a little bit of time
You
and
are-
all
you-
the money.
unfortunately,
But yeah, if we stick with this guy, I believe he can create something. But right now, these players, we need a. I hate the.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't trust managers who've never won stuff at big clubs. I don't trust them.
I mean, but you gotta win
I don't
something.
trust-
For me,
You gotta
for me,
start
this is
somewhere.
a bit of an
You gotta win
anomaly
something
though, because I feel like he's displayed title-winning form. I.e., like that's a freak result. How many teams have you ever heard end the season on 91 league points and don't win the league?
Yeah, it's
It was just the nature of the beast they were against. I feel like that shows he's a competent manager. He's able to actually compete at a good level.
And you know what though? It's the thing I have with
Still not
Italian.
convinced.
It's the thing I have with Italian managers. Like, you look at Serie A, right? There's about 18 out of the 20 clubs that are managed by Italians, and all it takes is 1 year. There's going to be another guy that we never heard of. If you think about how many Italian managers we've had in the Premier League, I mean, from obscure places as well, like from what Guidolin and all them lot, like Walter Mazzari.
Mazzari,
you know,
yeah.
there's plenty. Mancini's won the league. Ancelotti's won the league.
Vialli, I
Conte's
guess.
won the league. There's plenty of them. They are everywhere. So you know, like the Sarri not winning a major trophy, it's like it's a stain on his CV. But I wouldn't look at it too big yet because he's a competent manager. He knows how to do stuff. So I feel like
It's Chelsea.
he will get that gig like that. He will get a title somewhere.
No.
He'll get a major trophy somewhere.
I'm saying in SW6,
Yeah.
Kings Road.
Yeah.
I don't trust the structure of that club. That's how I've been getting at Oscar all week. That about the state of that club, yeah. Because the bums that they have put money into, bruv, yeah, bro. Drinkwater, Batshuayi, Emerson, Zappacosta, Bakayoko, Barkley, Marcos Alonso.
You have a Samaretta, yeah?
Oh, bro, like how much money is that?
And this is the Chelsea that I've known for years in the sense, not necessarily that they recruit bums, but they recruit for days.
Pete, it's not.
They
we've
throw
we've
money
had-
at
Pete, we've
situations for days.
Last summer and last January, we've not had a year of transfers like that before. That was
2017.
That was
Wow.
horrible business.
You're right.
Wow.
You remember how I ranted last year when we went to Barcelona and none of those players started? We spent 200 plus million on players that did not start in our biggest game
That
of the
is
season.
nuts.
Like that
played
says it
Barcelona
all.
last
We
season.
played Barcelona in the Champions
Yeah,
League.
Willian had a blind.
When Christensen flopped
What was
them.
the score? Was it group stage or was it
We
knockout?
knockout. We beat them we drew 1-1 at Stamford Bridge, and then they beat us, I think 3-1 at the
3-1.
New Camp. Yeah, and
That's
we played
Courtois
those
getting
games.
better.
No, did you remember Kante's performance? Fantastic.
We played those games without all of those players that he's just mentioned. We had just signed that season. None of those guys started, and I said, "How can you have a window so bad?" That
And I remember back in Conte
astronomical
all
bad.
last season.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was
I remember
saying,
that.
and I was
I remember
saying, Conte is telling us a message, guys. Pay attention. We were saying it forever, and to the point where Sarri now sort of he's not even going to blame the ball. He says, "Look, I don't care what comes in. All I care about is what's
It's-
here in
it's
front of me,
about
and I'll coach them." Because he even said, even if I bring Higuain in, that's not to say this mentality will change.
Did he say? He didn't say Higuain.
No, the
says-
reporter asked him, "What about Higuain coming in?"
He said he might be coming into an environment with a bad mindset anyway.
I mean, come on, that's. I mean,
It's an L,
this
it's an
guy
L.
is running. You know what though?
It's a
But
massive L.
the Chelsea that I've known, they're gonna go merciless on him, and they're just.
I was going to ask, is this a Phil
They're gonna get
Brown?
him sacked.
He's gonna go.
It's Phil Brown.
Is this a Phil Brown?
The thing is, sorry. The more you explain it, I'm like the writing's on the wall. Sorry.
No.
Do you know why? Because
That press conference was he held a noose and said, "Come,
Hang me.
Honestly,
I'm going to hang myself." Honestly,
even no. Let's say the press
steak,
conference
you
didn't
know?
happen. Chelsea are not
Like a
going to
week in
qualify for the top
1066.
four.
I know.
Like, imagine, I missed the joke. Imagine the press conference didn't happen. Chelsea are not going to qualify.
sorry,
for the
of
top
art.
Imagine it. Say that, lads. One at a time. He's trying to make a point. Go ahead. Come again. Imagine if that press conference doesn't happen.
Chelsea are not going to qualify for the top 4 through league qualification. We're not finishing in the top 4.
I love it.
We still.
I think you are.
Both, okay. Let me. You said both we are. I'll explain to you why.
Third.
I'll explain to you why we won't. Okay.
Put some money
We
down.
have to go to Anfield this season. We have to go to the Etihad this season. We have to go to Old Trafford this season. Tottenham still have to come to Stamford Bridge. Those are 4 games we will not get 3 points.
You may be right. You may be right. I'm not.
Have you played Palace twice? Because you know Palace love playing Chelsea.
No, we beat them ourselves.
Palace are playing big teams.
Palace love playing Chelsea.
When Higuain comes, Hazard goes back to his left, bro. Let him do his damage.
I have no issue with us winning the small games. Those 4 games I
You'll be in
mentioned,
the top 4
we
then.
are not winning.
You'll be in the top 4 then.
We are not winning. No.
The reason why you'll be in the top
It's Europa League.
Listen,
Big
Oscar,
man. It's
the
Europa
reason why you will finish 3rd in the Premier League this season is because of Gonzalo Higuain.
Higuain!
And
Chelsea better not to do that.
Hello, Thomas in the crowd. Who is this guy? Gonzalo.
Just to add some salt into this wound, yeah. Liverpool, what the heck are you playing at not getting him? If he's available and you need to set I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Do you think we're jumping it with Higuain for a bit? Like, do you think he's gonna hit
He
it running
is
like straight away?
world-class
No, do you think
as a
he's gonna hit it
striker.
running though? Like, he's gonna.
Can he even move? Can he move?
Is he not top 5 strikers in the world?
Top 5.
Top 5 strikers in the world?
I don't know. Last time I checked,
Name the 4.
Off the top of my head.
Name the 4.
Last time I checked,
Name
the
the 4.
11.
Okay.
He scored 16 goals this season.
Luis Suarez.
Correct.
Icardi.
Correct.
Lewandowski.
Correct.
Harry Kane.
What?
PR.
I think I am even mad.
Come off him, blood. No.
Higuain or Kane?
No.
Say
Kane. No.
You're mad.
No, blood.
You're mad.
No.
You're mad.
I'm doing the Champions League. Doing the Champions League.
Higuain or Kane?
Doing the Champions League.
Hold on, boss.
Doing the Champions League, bruv. You can't use
He's
the
still
league.
against Barca. What are you talking about?
So,
What's his number in the Champions League?
Champions League, I think, bro.
Big boy number.
No.
Higuain has scored 6 goals this season.
No.
I don't care, blood. It's not World
Listen,
Cup.
but
No.
I'm the sorry.
You will take Higuain
Yes.
over Harry Kane.
Yes. I'm not saying Harry Kane. I'm not saying Harry Kane.
You're mad.
I'm not saying Harry Kane.
Sports fan, Brimstone.
It's the same
I'm not
Aubameyang
taking
thing, yeah? He doesn't offer anything else but finishing. He finishes.
Do you know
He's
what,
a good finisher.
I'm going to put this poll up now on the top 4 Twitter.
Yeah,
No, blood.
Who would you rather have?
Nah,
Tweaking.
Harry Kane has got 2 golden boots in an Aguero Premier League. I'm mad. What are you talking? Hold on.
Record-breaking Serie A top goal
you
scorer.
gotta
38 goals.
Hold on.
Record-breaking
What's
in one
what's
campaign.
the opposite?
You want to talk about Icardi?
Hold on.
Higuain.
You want to talk about calendar year? Do you want to talk about calendar year?
I'm talking about the season.
I think it does.
I'm talking about the season.
I think it does. I think it does.
Did you say calendar year?
No, I said
Okay.
in the season. I said he got a record-breaking
Okay.
Serie A
What's he
top
done
goal
consistently
scorer.
in the Serie A?
Been top goal scorer.
Okay, Kane has.
Yeah, but then you asked me if I would have Kane or Higuain. I said Higuain.
Man don't want you, blood.
I said,
No, because he's saying Champions League. I'm like, bruv,
Yo,
he batted up in the Champions League this season.
Both teams, bro.
Bruv.
Anyway,
Both teams, Kaz.
I'm jumping the gun on Higuain
Man, I'm
because
even mad.
because he's got no
saying,
quality.
And to finish my list, Kun Aguero.
Yeah.
That's my list. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's a good
Oh
argument.
my gosh.
Let's say top 10. Let's widen it.
No. We're not going to carry this on. This will waste time.
No,
But,
he is
it's
top
fine.
10. But as in, there was a moment in time where he was easily the top 5. Like maybe it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's not
He
no,
was
no,
Napoli.
Napoli, Higuain was hot.
Not even that. His
Wait,
first
no,
year,
Juve,
Juve as well.
Juve, and his last year at Real Madrid, and he's going to go underneath Sarri.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's going to go underneath
what,
Sarri
not
again.
even confirmed.
I think it'll work.
I think it'll work.
I think it'll work.
They'll get goals.
They'll get goals.
Chelsea, like they will get
Yeah,
goals.
I think the
know.
fact
I
he's got
want
a
to see
striker
Horn
now.
into my fantasy.
Because you remember before,
Yeah,
when I said that,
definitely.
I think we mentioned it last week, was like, even having Wilson, obviously he's not a great striker,
Okay.
but freeing up Hazard and freeing up those wingers, just freeing them up.
It creates
You
more.
can't be playing false 9 when you're not a great
In his
passing
last
side.
4 seasons,
Like-
from what I'm looking at, I think Kane's got more goals.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he might do.
Yeah.
He might
Might
do
do.
5. I'm not taking him, bro.
No, I haven't.
Fair play. It's up to interpretation.
Yeah.
I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Don't care, bro.
Chelsea will finish
But I think-
third because of Gonzalo Higuain.
I feel like there's some Arsenal bias in that maybe you don't want to.
I'm not taking
No, because I think Higuain's nang. I'm not trying to diss Kane. I think Higuain is nang. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
For me,
That's what I'm saying.
all I want is a striker that can have some movement up top. That's
Okay, you're not going to get that with Higuain. I'm sorry. No, he's just going to put the ball in the net. And that's what
He looks like he's 37. He's 31, you know.
He's like, yeah, he is. He does look a lot
you know-
older.
And he's turned 31 in December last month.
Do you remember when he?
I had to check his Wikipedia. I was like, this guy's like 34, surely.
Bro, do you remember when he went to Juve and he played the friendly at Tottenham and they were like, "Bro, what go for Higuain's belly?"
Yeah,
He's
he
big.
He's like a BBW.
He trains like a boxer. Like he just trains for the next fight.
Man said, certain man's number 9.
He doesn't stay in shape.
that just changed for the game. Oh my
He's
God.
better than what?
Certain man's desired number 9.
He's designed.
I don't know. I don't know.
Number 9.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find
I'm
out.
trying to find out.
Certain man.
Well, they scored this weekend.
Huh?
They scored this weekend, yeah? Oh, they did, yeah? Did
Sorry,
a little silly celebration, yeah? Hey.
Well, who scored this
Oh,
weekend?
he's talking about Firmino. Firmino back this
Are
week.
we moving on?
I mean, he's going to go less than the Borough this
Okay,
season.
let's go to Anfield. then.
For what it's worth.
Why is Speroni still in the Premier League, blood? Why is he still in the Premier League, fam?
Speroni got paid.
Are you mad, blood?
Speroni got paid.
That's his first game in like... No, that's not his first game in like 2 years.
They have to test him.
Hey, was Hennessy suspended?
But
for
listen,
sing?
Hennessy though, you see, look at the substitute you brought up. Hennessy is just as bad as Speroni. They're
Wait,
both
did they
awful.
bench him?
Speroni got paid. That performance
Have you
on
seen
Saturday.
Hennessy's
No, no. When Hennessy played,
Speroni on Saturday.
where was
But can I
Hennessy?
keep it a buck?
Where was Hennessy
Speroni's
though?
better than Hennessy, bro.
Nah,
Let's just keep it a buck.
Yo, bitch.
At least Hennessy is 6'4".
Why does your brother love a hot take?
He's like,
Why does he
hot
love hot
take.
takes?
He was their legend when they were in the championship. When
Speroni
they
or
came up,
Hennessy, who is your
when they came
goalkeeper?
up, they replaced him.
You're joking.
They replaced him when he came
You're
up.
sleeping
Did you see things third goal?
Speroni's 39 years
What
old.
you doing, blood?
No, Hennessy's garbage.
No, no.
Hennessy's awful. Welsh man
I
them.
used to see when they were in the championship.
The Welsh man them and the Palace man them.
Speroni was there when Palace were in the league in 04.
Speroni was wearing jogging bottoms in the Premier
I think
League.
he's their
He was
longest
fighting for
defender.
Gabble Kilray. He was fighting for a place with Gabble Kilray.
Guys,
Speroni's have a
He's
concert.
their longest defender.
okay, I want man them to.
This actually happened.
Grey joggers.
He would.
Bro, so did Massimiliano Taibi. But anyway,
And
Look how he's on there.
Professional, blood.
Oh, whack keepers.
United is number one,
Unprofessional,
okay?
blood. Man wearing jogging
For like
bottoms.
4 games.
listen, bro, yeah. Hennessy is awful.
No,
He's a
Speroni was
poor
shocking,
goalkeeper.
He's not as
But
bad as
Speroni got
Speroni's
paid.
the worst.
Speroni was shocking, bro.
Facts. Speroni has to be tested.
Speroni got paid. He got
He
paid.
has to be tested.
Speroni went for a layup. Yeah.
That was Ali.
Blood.
That was Ali.
Did you see Zaha's reaction to that goal?
I do.
Oh my
no.
god. He's near the box, in it, at the corner of the box. And he does like, like a full like swing and like, like when you're just, what the like,
Petulant.
he was spitting. He was
That's
absolutely
Never know.
one of
boiling.
my favourite things in football.
Because he's watching somebody just do some
Yeah,
garbage.
watching someone else react to their team like conceding a goal.
Yeah.
Just
But
or a player.
They
or
put
a
in
player
hard
missing a
work.
chance.
They put in
No,
hard work.
because you see, Zaha's actually worked hard to be to have the reputation he has now, and he wants to leave as well. So it's like, bruv, like, why am I still here with these bums? Like, what is this?
That's exactly what it
And
is.
the thing is, yeah, like, where Palace were 1-0 up, innit? And it was 1-1 at the
Obviously, Liverpool blitzed them, yeah, the second
2-1,
half.
No, but even the blitzing, yeah, even the equaliser, bruv, like,
No,
come
the
on,
goals
man.
were shocking.
All I
Liverpool
need
were
is
4 goals.
2 words. Mamadou Sakho, and I've told you about this guy, and look what he does. I don't even need to say anything. Just look at that second goal.
It's the fact that it comes from home, innit?
Look at that second goal. Look at that.
Hey, Salah's a diver, though.
But listen,
Snorkel, speedos,
Liverpool
flippers,
giving
surfboard,
goals.
everything.
How is he not getting touched
Are
here?
you backing your boy for this one?
Salah's a diver,
What?
bro.
I love it.
Let's ask.
I have to be incredulous.
Let's ask
I'm so
Adrian one
ignorant.
question. Is Salah a cheat?
Wow.
Is he a cheat?
Huh?
Is
Adrian. Imagine. This was flipping Sacco at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
How quickly would you answer the question?
Oh, he's a
So imagine Salah Sacco.
yeah.
He is. Okay, cool. That's it.
He's got a reputation. He's got a reputation.
But I'll be honest with you. There were times last season he was getting thrown on the floor in the box. He wouldn't get nothing.
That's great.
I hear that.
I'll be honest with you.
But that's a different conversation.
Yeah, that's a different
conversation.
Man's out here trying to finesse.
He has a portfolio of finesse.
My man's trying to finesse.
It's building every week.
It might cost us one day. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
blood.
I don't know, man. Not at Anfield. Anyone goes down the clock, that's it. It's a pen. The referee's not even looking at the replay or nothing. That's the problem.
Brony shocking.
But yeah, no. Look, Palace did everything they could to get. I mean, to score the 3 goals they scored.
They turn up for a big game, isn't it?
But to concede 4, you're just sitting there thinking, "Come on, like I have a word." You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for. You know what? People say that winning when you're not playing too well. This is what Liverpool are doing. I don't agree that's necessarily the case. I always feel like winning. When they say when they say that you don't play well, but you've seen the game through. When they try to compare them to like Man United of the day, Man United would win 1-0, and that was dogged performance.
Yeah.
It wasn't 4-3 where it was freaking careless, where it was getting a bit like.
But bear in mind, bro, this is the first time
You were given 3 goals on Saturday. 3.
and we took it.
No,
Thank you.
I know, but
Thank
you were
you.
given.
Thank you very much.
But I don't feel like it's that.
That's not my fault.
mentality.
Is that my fault?
No, it's not your fault.
Is that my
Absolutely
fault?
not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It's
Don't worry, I was coming
You're like,
soon.
It's not personal. It's not
Do you know who
personal.
else is a cheat?
Who?
Robertson. Did you see his handball?
Oh, what a cheat! Kept the ball in play.
That's it, man.
Man gave it a nice good tap. A nice good, and it's freaking pat ball. Anyway,
And the money went up and scored.
and then money took it on. And
Yeah,
scored.
but to what you're saying,
Yeah,
it's not impressive when you concede 3 at home. That's never.
It's not impressive for me. I don't feel like there's a title-winning mentality there. That doesn't mean nothing to me. If you're winning 1-0,
bro.
like
Bro.
Brighton win, like the
Okay.
Brighton win, the Brighton
Bro.
win,
Okay.
the Brighton win. I'm with you.
Tell me what to say.
The Brighton win, 1-0 away from home.
Agent ready.
Because they're bringing in when United would do this. United went to Wigan and scored 93rd minute 1-0.
No, but even
They
that-
weren't playing that poorly. They just weren't that great. Liverpool were bad, and they
But imagine
were
you're bad
given-
and you score 4
Scored 4
goals.
goals. So imagine if it was good.
You're bad and you score 4 goals.
Yeah,
right?
because one day you get caught. It's not the same luck. It's not the same luck that United or whoever it was, Chelsea's in their day.
But I think
were
they're
getting
like their
1-0
first
win.
like proper bad one, like in a while, where they actually been caught conceding 3 goals. That's the first time they conceded.
That's the point.
more than one.
Liverpool don't always get caught slipping.
Yeah.
They don't always
Well,
get caught slipping.
We've
like that.
conceded 6 goals at Anfield this season.
Ironically,
3 of them were in that game.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Yeah.
though,
That's
it's coming
That's
when
wild.
when you
Yeah,
have
that
the,
is-
well, they got no right back for a start, so I'm not surprised that that's necessarily the case. Liverpool.
Because you
Oh, by the way,
Milner.
Zaha was giving him the business. Like, he could
Oh,
have.
yeah.
Yeah, he was
Hey,
taking
man.
to that line.
You see that red card?
Milner.
I think Milner took on
That
purpose.
was pending, bro.
No, he wanted to early bath. He's like, ban this. Zaha was making
Hey,
him
He
do.
wanted
How's the
no
scale
part
up?
of
None
Zaha
of it.
at all. Zaha was ready. He said,
I thought about it after that game. I said, I'll take him at United.
Take the Wolf.
Yeah, because he had to convince me over a couple of years where he couldn't finish his dinner. Like in the final third, his final ball was just like a
He's
bit.
still there though.
I feel like he's improved immensely though. Like I've seen him
He's grown,
last
sure.
season, this season. I'm not saying he's the best we can get, but I'll definitely take him. At
Yeah,
United.
I've always felt like I'd take Zaha.
I'd fancy a punt.
I don't know.
26 black.
It's a bit.
You know the ones. You know the ones.
It's a bit.
You got to roll the dice.
You've got Chamberlain. I wouldn't go for it. You've already got Chamberlain. I wouldn't bother going for it. Zaha will cost a lot of money.
Chamberlain?
Too.
Yeah, they're different positions.
Well, now they are, but Chamberlain was the same position that Zaha was at Arsenal.
Chamberlain's not Zaha on the right.
Yeah, Chamberlain.
No, but you
never
wouldn't
had-
go and buy a Zaha when you have
No,
Chamberlain.
I'm not saying that's bad. I just
You
mean
know what I'm
like,
saying?
generally speaking.
If you compare it to Shaqiri, I'm like, yeah, cool, but Chamberlain, nah.
I mean, even Shaqiri doesn't play the wing either. Shaqiri.
I'd rather Shaqiri on the wing than Chamberlain.
Really?
Facts.
Shaqiri on the wing.
Yep.
It's not a fault I've had, to be
He
honest.
offers no pace. He's got no pace.
Shaqiri has no pace.
for the wing.
He's not rapid. He's
For
not
the wing.
He's not quick.
Shaqiri.
You look at wingers.
He's
across-
not
across
slow,
the
but he's not
country.
fast. He's not fast.
Yeah, he's not. I'm not saying he's slow. He's
What have I been watching?
He's like 84. He's like 84 on FIFA.
He's 80, blood.
80.
He's fast.
That's a bit too slow.
Alright.
Like, I feel like
He doesn't
I'm
take
definitely
man
as
like
well.
you know what it is?
Zaha.
He's
He
not
doesn't
explosive.
take man
He's not
like
explosive.
Yeah,
Zaha.
it's explosive. Yeah,
Say that again.
He doesn't take people on like Zaha.
No, but I'm comparing that to Chamberlain.
Or Chamberlain for that matter.
I'm comparing.
You can do that.
I'm
But
saying-
he does it from midfield, though.
That's what I'm saying. Chamberlain.
This is my point.
Yeah, because now
They're not with.
No, because now he's at Liverpool. He's playing that position the same way Shaqiri's now playing.
No,
that
I
position
mean,
as well.
like, he feels more comfortable in the middle, breaking forward.
Which is why he left Arsenal.
Yeah.
Which is why he left Arsenal.
Like,
He
it's
said
like,
he
you
wanted
know,
to play
like
central
Wilshere,
midfield.
For less money as well.
Man, he knows how to. He just feels more comfortable in the middle, taking people on. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that at all. But as a winger, who do you have, Shaqiri or Chamberlain? I take the option all day long.
I'll take Shaqiri. You know.
Okay.
No, because I've seen him in the middle. Yeah.
I've never thought of it.
Hey, but Liverpool, yeah, you man.
Is it their day? Is it their season?
Okay,
60 points.
Do they hit my rebuttal?
Come to your
Yeah, go
rebuttal,
for it, go
my
for it.
G.
You lot have to win all your games. I'm sorry, bro. Because you got
I told
United
you, man,
away.
I said that.
You got United away.
Yeah.
Go on. Oh, sorry. Go on.
And then you got Chelsea to come at Anfield.
They've got
Like the rest, that's only the only two.
they've got the least big game.
Yeah.
fixtures. Yeah.
So they're running his calm.
It's
You're
calm,
right,
but they
it's
have
calm,
to win them all.
But you have to win them
Well,
all.
yeah.
They have to win them
Yeah,
all.
that's essentially the point. though.
Yeah, but I was
Right.
saying, but I said not long ago on this pod, that's when even when the points were bigger, and I said Liverpool to win this league have to go unbeaten, and people looked at me like I was nuts. I was like, no, you have to go
No,
unbeaten.
because
They can't.
this
afford
is
to go
hey,
unbeaten.
have to get more points than Man City.
Hey,
That's
this is
it.
hey,
That's
It's
all they have to
because
do.
I'm saying
Listen.
that City are going to grab all the points
Oh,
they can get.
okay.
this is City's fixtures list, yeah, not including Champions League and thing. Yeah. Newcastle away,
3 points.
Arsenal at home,
3 points.
Chelsea at home,
3 points.
Everton away,
3 points.
West Ham at home,
3 points.
Bournemouth away,
3 points.
Watford at home,
3 points.
United away,
Draw.
Fulham away,
6 points.
Cardiff at home, man.
Oh,
Aguero's staying in my team. Those
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah, for real.
The only hard one, yeah, trap game, yeah, Crystal Palace away.
3 points.
I would have said Palace at home was easy for them too.
They always
Nah,
slip up in one of those.
I said-
Then they got
They always do the fixtures and then I'll sit
Well,
back.
those fixtures he's just listed, yeah? The only points they drop is at Old Trafford.
You would have said that
Those are
about
the only
you
points
said that about Palace at home and Leicester
I
away.
agree, no, I agree. But in the same vein, I would have said to Liverpool, you look at Liverpool's games, right? I'm sure I could pick out 3 or 4 games, but you might get maximum points.
I do
That's
think
what I'm saying.
out of the 2 teams, Liverpool get more maximum points than City.
Really? Did you just hear that list?
City are booked out already this season. They booked out.
Liverpool haven't booked out twice.
What, 2 defeats in a row? I mean, that came how long ago in the season?
Listen, I'm
What do
telling
you
you.
mean? They
They've booked out to Leicester.
Look, every point Liverpool's got is
Still
valid.
haven't hit that form. Haven't hit that bad patch yet.
Is that guaranteed? Is that guaranteed that we will?
No, but this is what I'm saying.
But
This is
all
what
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you,
saying.
bro.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
All I'm gonna tell you, Crystal Palace scored 3 goals against City. City got 0 points. Crystal Palace came to Anfield and scored 3 goals. We scored 4.
When does the Champions League kick in? When does the Champions League kick in?
February.
It's all of these
Late
periods.
February.
You think
when's
it's
it
16th, like
You know what? Yeah, I'm
15th
not gonna
February
lie. Yeah,
Halfway.
like as someone who doesn't want Liverpool to win the league, yeah, I feel like I'm hearing so much variables from the 2 of you. Yeah,
But
it's like
the only variable that matters
No, but
most
this
is how
comes
many
to my
points we
point.
get.
This is what comes to my point when I was saying, yo, Liverpool have to pick one. You can't go for both.
But City,
They're both in the
but
same
City-
competition.
But City,
They're both in the same competition.
City have booked out. Like, listen, of the 2 teams, City have blinked more.
And
City have blinked.
And City are still in the League Cup, still in the FA Cup.
But guess what will happen?
But
They'll
they
win the League Cup.
Yeah,
right?
true.
So there's the momentum there, okay? Then they'll go into the Champions League. Who have they got in this? What?
Oh, Schalke.
For ridiculous.
Schalke.
So that's
They're in their same competition.
The
It doesn't
second leg.
matter. It doesn't matter.
The really second leg when they play, what's his name? Foden. It will be in the second leg of that Schalke game, whilst they're resting it to
I was
go
gonna
to
say,
But
Old
it's not
Trafford.
that easy. They ain't doing 9-0 against Burton, no.
I hear you. I hear you.
It's not that easy.
But my point, I think
They'll beat Schalke.
Look,
No,
no.
as in, do you agree that they'll beat Schalke?
they'll
comfortably.
beat them.
But the thing is,
But it
No,
will take.
it will be comfortable.
I don't feel it'll be that comfortable. I don't really.
Schalke are in the
They
bottom half
struggled
of
against
the
Hoffenheim.
Bundesliga.
They
But the fact
struggled.
is, it will take all their resources. It will take
No,
their
it
best.
won't.
It will take their best team to beat Schalke. Yeah, it will.
No, it won't.
Nah,
It doesn't.
it
It
won't.
won't. Have you seen Schalke this year?
But they will
It
take-
not.
It wouldn't be pedal to the metal, not at all.
Not at all.
No, it
Second
will.
gear.
Oh, come on, the
Second
Champions
gear,
League.
third gear.
They
No,
will.
it'll be second. It'll be second.
No, it won't be second.
Guys, these are all nonsense conversations, bruv. City have booked out.
Thank you, bro.
That's it, bruv.
That's it.
Don't worry.
City
about
have
it.
booked out.
Talking, mate.
No,
okay.
Let's talk now. Let's talk now.
I am talking now. but
Man, them now, blood. I'm warning. Listen, I'm giving man them warnings, blood.
I was told Liverpool can't defend. I was told
David,
Liverpool can't defend.
David, I want
I was told
Liverpool
Liverpool
Liverpool.
can't defend.
A Liverpool fan must be frustrated because it's like They're doing everything that.
What more do you want?
Everyone talk.
Okay,
As soon as
okay.
they got the answers,
Let me ask
they'll
you
change the
one.
questions.
Okay,
That's what it is.
What do you have for
Let
this?
me-
I'll rebuttal
told me-
that.
you told me we don't score enough goals.
I'll rebuttal that. I'll rebuttal that. Yeah, oh, yeah.
You told me.
Yeah, hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute.
Because I've got to reply for that straight away. Go for it.
Let me start this back.
better be good.
Let me date this back to August. I was told Liverpool can't defend. That's what I was told.
Who said this?
The whole world.
You said me, bro. I didn't say what are you talking, bro? Come off it, bro. Nah, bro. I'm denying that, bro.
No, but hey, David, he believed it as well.
Listen to my point.
He can't defend.
Listen to my point. I was told we can't defend. Most clean sheets in the league.
Man.
We've only conceded 13 goals.
Man.
In what, 20 odd games?
Hey, I'm not involved
In January.
that
In January.
conversation. I'm not involved in that.
I was told we don't score enough goals. We've been winning 1-0, 2-0 calm, but when we've needed to up the ante, we've had enough goals to do it. I've been told that.
Yeah.
I've been told Salah's a one-season wonder. I was told.
That's on 16.
I was told that.
That one, I'm not involved in that, bro.
We can emphatically say
I was told Firmino's not good enough.
Right, stop
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
stop
Okay,
right
so I'll park the bus there.
Why are you baiting him? He's going to be here. But
know why?
he's waiting for 10 minutes. Right? He's going to be.
I
feel like you're being bad.
For the sake of the
I didn't
listeners,
even
for the sake of the listeners, I'll keep it to 1 minute, Ernest, right? Just like, what was Jurgen's press conference after that Palace game? Because I think Salah hit a record in terms of how many goals,
50 goals.
the speed
In like
in which he
63
scored.
games.
Yeah,
His
the
record is
speed-
mad.
The speed in which he scored.
And that's counting
goals.
Chelsea as well.
And the guy said maybe I should have started Salah as the striker when I signed him. And so that tells you everything. Bobby Firmino is almost a waste of space as a number 9. Almost.
But he's got 9 league goals.
I don't think he's more of a waste of space than
Almost.
Sadio Mane. I think if you're saying almost, put Mane there before Firmino.
But Mane gets you the goals. Mane gets you the figures. Because I said to you,
Mane's got 10, Firmino's got 9.
Hold on.
Mane's getting it from the window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what my point was.
They all
My point was that
interchange.
Firmino doesn't even
Firmino's
get.
not even staying in that centre. They all interchange when you see the goals.
True that. But
You don't see Firmino running.
I was saying that Firmino doesn't even get wingers stats. And I argued that.
He's got one less goal than Aguero this season.
The reason I say put
He's got
Mane-
one less
Aguero's
goal.
on 10.
Firmino's
I'm
on
saying
9.
that Mane's-
Wait, say that again.
Wait. Aguero's on 10.
Yeah.
Firmino's on 9. What's the issue? Sterling 10. Hazard 10. What's the problem?
Who's top of that table?
Salah with 16.
Ooh!
Fine.
Where is the stats?
But remember, there was a time in the season when I was bringing up that debate. Firmino had like 2 league goals in the league.
What did I tell you?
He had like 2
Yeah,
league
he was
goals in the
coming.
league.
No, he was
What did I tell you?
No, he was moved to the wing because he's not a good enough. This was him as the centre forward at Liverpool. He was getting 4 goals in the league.
Well, his point was that they
And so
don't need one.
he's moved. Yeah, because. But the reason why it's more effective now is because he's put the guy who scores more goals as the centre.
That's
forward.
fine.
Right?
Which is why I.
Your minute on Firmino is up.
It's up. Yeah,
And that's why when I said Salah's our main man, not Firmino, you told me I was moving mad.
because he was the winger.
And he's top goal scorer in the league.
No, I agree with you now. He is the main
big
guy.
facts.
I agree with you now. He's the main man because he's been put as the centre forward.
Okay.
Because Jurgen even said it was a mistake putting him on the wing because Firmino offers you nothing as a centre forward. That was my point.
Fair play. And anyway, to contextualize everything, we're on 60 points.
Yes.
Realistically, we need to win our next 10 games. Well, 10 out of 11. If we do that, we're 90 points. And then from then, I'll talk to you, man, and then we'll see.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
When we,
The league will have like 2
There's
games left.
Go on.
Bro,
That's
what-
fine. So what are you saying? Go on. What are you
You're gonna
saying?
come to a point in the season where you're gonna have to make a choice, bro. You can't go for both. That's all I'm saying. No, that's all I'm saying.
Already.
That's all I'm
David,
saying.
Can Liverpool go to the Champions League final and still
And still win the league.
know
But
that.
should they come out of the Champions League to win the league title?
Based on history, yes. What I'm saying is, in the league, the bread and butter, Liverpool have lost 1 game.
Yeah.
to a credible opponent.
That's what I'm saying.
To a
You know
worthy
what?
opponent.
And you know
City
what?
have-
And Liverpool may go the rest of the season without losing another game. However, if they stay in that Champions League, another L is coming in the league. It's
even if
tough.
they get out of the Champions League, another L is coming regardless. It doesn't matter if
Maybe.
you have the 7 days.
Maybe.
You can have 7
Maybe.
days rest and still lose the next week. It
Maybe.
doesn't matter.
Maybe.
You guys overhype it.
You
It's
know
too
this, yeah?
much.
You rest for 6 months to get back the day after.
Liverpool
Us Adrian Broner.
Liverpool are not playing FA Cup this weekend, right?
Nope.
You watch them, they're going to be frigging fresh for Leicester City.
Oh,
They're going to give them
And that's a
they're gonna give them a back.
That's
They're
the
gonna give them a
slaughterhouse
back.
waiting to
That's
happen.
you watch.
That's what you're saying.
Watch will be like 2-0. And you'll say, oh.
It'll be like 3-1, but it'll be comfortable.
Oh, and that's with 2 weeks rest. So with 1 week, what's
No,
the...
my point is that they will be playing the Sunday, the Saturday,
Wait,
Wednesday,
what are you
Saturday.
asking?
Whereas
I'm
they've
just
got
saying that
2
this whole
weeks
rest thing
free.
is just...
They've got 2
It
weeks
helps,
free.
though.
No, it helps, bro. We can't
Yeah,
help.
I get it, but I feel like...
Liverpool are trying to buy to do warm weather
They're
training.
in...
Some say that's how kosher
They're
things
in.
are
A
now.
lot of them are in the same competition regardless. So even if you're
They're
saying
not.
that...
City are in 2 extra competitions to Liverpool.
Well,
But it's not going to make the biggest difference. It's really not going to
Of course it is.
It really isn't.
Playing 60 games to
Firstly-
playing 40 games is a difference, bro.
Firstly, the League Cup one, there's 1 more game left. The better one...
There's 2 games.
No, one.
Okay, let's be
For
real.
City, it's
Let's be
one.
real.
For City,
It's 1 more game left.
They could-
9-0, bro.
They can fill the under 14.
But even then, okay, even if you want to say then, there's 2 games
No,
left.
what I'm saying is you're saying 1, but I'm saying 90 minutes times 2 is not just because we beat Burton just because they beat Burton 9-0 doesn't mean that Kevin De Bruyne is not going to take part.
Bro, you'll be amazed at what lineup will be
City's
playing.
B team is still half of like their first 11.
No, I agree.
That
They rotate a lot. Cool. 2 games left of that one, and that's done at the end of February. Then FA Cup. Yes, they can go as far as they want, but even then,
How many games is that?
They won't
it's
be
a few games.
how many games is that?
Since
They
when
won't
we
be
use
fussed
FA
by
Cup? Why do we use FA Cup as an excuse now? Again,
They'll come out
It's all games.
They will come out early. They will come out
It's
early.
all games.
I disagree.
I'm playing
Tuesday.
And I get it. I used to understand. I still argued that, but I understand that. Cool. Now we're using the FA Cup, because they play on the Saturday, and then the games will be
You
in
play
the midweek.
you
Come on now.
play 38 games.
Every competition now is an issue.
You play 38 games in the league in the league competition. Yeah. How many games do you play if you're 4th round FA Cup?
You play only two. So 2 more games. Because we're joining the 3rd round.
No. Say you're trying to go semi-final, final. Yeah.
From the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So you're looking
3rd,
at an
4th, 5th.
Extra 4.
Sixth.
So
6th round.
Quarter.
6th round is the quarter, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think 6th round is the quarter.
and then
It's the
semi.
semi. It's their language.
So how many games is that?
how many games is that?
5.
Third, fourth,
So that's 43 games. Champions League
Yeah.
group stage to final is what?
6, 2, 4, 6, final. So that's a good
13.
almost 13 games.
13 games. That's 56 games. Yeah. League Cup. How many games are we talking?
Same as FA Cup.
Are you talking? Are you telling me that those 90 minutes? And that's what I'm saying.
Under six.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
So
that's-
if you're saying
No.
Burton's already won, I hear that. But what I'm saying is that in the 90 minutes, it takes energy to go through those 90 minutes. So man can't say it's not excuses, bro. You're not an athlete.
bro.
You're not an athlete, bro. You can't talk.
The fine margins.
How come man talk about like how it doesn't matter when you're not an athlete?
I'm gonna find stats on people who have won stuff and how many games they played in which they won.
Elite
I wanna
players
find
like
that. I wanna find
Ronaldo.
that.
Elite players like Ronaldo play 50+ games a season.
And also with that,
Certain men don't.
because he's going to find double winning teams like Champions League and Premier League and league winners basically. But look at the leagues they're in. They're not in a title race that we have here. They're not in a title.
Apart from us and France, how many leagues have 4 cups?
All I'm,
How many leagues?
and not even that. It's, look at the competition of league titles.
Come on, bro.
but even then, the League Cup one, Liverpool's out of it. City are still in it. Cool, but. Has that affected? Did that time that they were playing the League Cup matches? Did it affect anything in that time?
Maybe.
Did it?
What is your barometer for affecting? Hold on.
But what's the barometer for not having the week off? That's what I'm saying. What's the barometer for that?
We'll never know. We'll never know.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. So you're telling me?
We'll never know.
What's you talking about? You're telling me you're not better off after 6 days of rest?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying every single time there's a competition.
Are you fresher?
Of course you're fresher.
So if you're an athlete who doesn't use his hands to write notes, you're using your body to play a game, are you not fresher?
Yeah. Of course
What
you're
are you
fresher,
talking
but
about,
I'm
me?
saying that you can't use the
Bro, you're
excuse of
waffling,
every
bro.
single
You're
single competition
You're
you're in.
waffling.
You can't say,
You're
oh,
waffling.
can it, so that you have more
You're
time.
waffling.
Even if they have 6
You're
days rest,
waffling.
Liverpool
That
still lose.
was not my point. That was not my point.
You said
was
City.
City.
No, you said
That's
you
right.
have to take
There's
one.
There's gonna come a point.
You're
Yes.
waffling.
But I said right now, the Champions League, they're both in the same competition. So regardless of if City play, Liverpool are playing. They're both playing.
No, but
so they're both having 3-4 days of rest. It's the same thing.
Okay, I see your point. And it's because the quality of Liverpool and City is slightly different. And City can afford to be in those two competitions.
And
They can, boo! City finished with 100 points. I went to the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League.
If you're in the Champions League round 16, you're one of the big boy sides. You're one of the majority. Let's say 10 out of 16. Cool.
Okay.
If you're there, play the game. Do the thing.
No, but you're not winning the league at the same time.
But you're not winning the league at the
When
same
Liverpool went to
time.
the final, they finished 4th on the last day.
What's a cat it?
On the last day.
How many English sides in the last 5 years, have gone to the Champions League final, won it, and won the league?
2. Manchester United.
In the last 5 years.
Obviously. England hadn't been doing well in the Champions League
in the last 10 years. Hold on. In the last 10 years.
No, there was a time when we were getting to the last.
Name the teams.
Wait, 10 years. Wait, 10 years.
09 onwards.
Wait, 09 onwards.
Yeah,
it's been poor for England. That's what I'm saying.
Name the teams.
I'm saying from 05 to 2012. 05 to 2012. The English team in the final every single year.
He's got a point there.
We said won the league and the Champions League.
Yeah, but
one.
Name the teams.
United, and then they were there. No.
Inter Milan, you would say. As well.
So chat to me.
So
chat to me.
Bayern Munich.
I understand what you're saying, but back in those times, the English teams were a lot better in comparison to the European teams. We're not. English teams ain't that no more. When Liverpool are using everything that's in them to try and beat Bayern, then there's Madrid, then there's whoever else comes next.
And that is the overlying fact. The Premier League is tough, bro.
It's tough.
It's not an easy league.
That's my point. To the quarterfinals, and then Liverpool beat Bayern, they go to the quarterfinals. Is there an issue for Liverpool there? Is there a problem there?
To win the league, it's just because you just want to be fresher than City.
What's your barometer?
You want to be fresher than City.
What I need to understand
is games out of the way.
What is your barometer for rest or lack of rest affecting or not affecting?
His point. He's saying neither. He's saying it's neither.
There's neither because I think there's too many excuses. Because it's for me, you guys.
That doesn't make sense.
No, but I'm saying that before.
He's just saying. I try to win every game.
Yeah.
He's not talking about rest.
If you're a real big boy, you can do it.
If you're in the Champions League, why would you can the Champions League? You go and try and beat Bayern.
I'm not talking about canning. David's talking about canning.
That's what he was talking about.
Liverpool has a Champions League.
No. I'm saying how much is he removing the idea that rest and players having to play 50+ games in a season, like it's a small club of elite players that can do that. It's not 8 teams it's not the top 8 teams in the Prem that are doing what he's doing. Doing what he's talking about. Yeah. It's not a lot of guys that are doing that. So if you're going to May to win the league after playing 38 games and to win the Champions League, bro, that's bare games.
So what he's saying? No, hang on.
No, I'm saying that you cannot nullify the need for rest when you at the beginning of the season in August, you're looking at FA Cup, Prem, you're looking at Champions League.
But what does that mean if you're Klopp? Does that mean you can games?
I'm saying that you not necessarily going far in all those competitions doesn't mean you weren't good enough. It just means that you're not part of that group of players that actually do that consistently.
It's not the worst.
That's what I'm saying. That Ronaldo, like, let's actually give man his credit because he's one of the few people that does it consistently every year.
But his league is different to everybody else.
No. Regardless, I'm saying that he's still part of that group. Like if you were to sign a player of mentality, instead of canning it, I'm looking at mentality. How many men are you really picking?
But Ronaldo wouldn't be able to. But Remy's point is that City and Liverpool are in the same position. They're both in the Champions League. He's saying, look, aside the League Cup's almost done. There's only 2 games left for City to win it. Right, so put that aside. City and Liverpool are on the same playing field. So why is it that when if Liverpool don't can the Champions League, it's going to be harder for them to win the league? Why is it they're not the same treatment for Man City?
Simple.
And that's why I said that City's quality is better than Liverpool. But the grand scheme of things,
City have better resources.
But the difference is I'm looking at August till now, not just now till May.
No, because now it's the business end.
We're here.
No. But I'm saying that you also have to include what they've done already. Like, let's not remove the League Cup games they've played and the group stage games in the Champions League. I'm saying at this point in time,
the same games though. They all play.
No, but not everyone's. I'm saying from August till May, Liverpool are not going to play the same amount of games as City, and vice versa. So I can't just say from now because it's the business end. You've had 4, 5 months of playing game after game. Do you see what I'm saying?
You got Liverpool in the knockout, Bayern Munich in the knockout stage.
Yeah.
Can it, man? Don't
Don't
even
be
turn up.
Nah.
Don't be
Don't turn up. Don't
Guys,
waste your breath.
It's a tough game.
You know what?
I want him to get knocked out.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Let them panic, and then you lose the league, and then all this.
That's what I'm saying.
But we all want that. My perfect scenario is that they get to April, because they get to April and they think close.
You're right.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
No, but that's
I
true.
like Remy's epic, but it's not feasible. That's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
feasible. It's not feasible. For
I like
Liverpool,
your
wait.
epic.
But why Adrian has not seen Liverpool lift the title.
What sort of mentality of a club goes into a Champions League game and
Remy, I get
It's
it.
a different. Do you know why?
I've seen the light.
The
I've seen the
fish
light.
is different for Liverpool to fry. When Man City have Bayern in the last 16, we're not telling Man City to can it. We're saying Man City go for the league and the Champions League.
Name a team.
But
Name a
Liverpool
team
is
in
a
history.
different
Name a team in
situation.
history that's canned the Champions League.
You
In the
can't.
Premier League.
You can't do that.
I mean, it's probably it's all they got left. It's probably all they got left in fairness.
Who has canned the Champions League?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about this cannon business.
that's a massive.
This
I'll
cannon
tell you what,
business. That's what I'm saying.
What's going on in there? What's going on in there?
Because the scenario
Leicester went and tried their best against Atletico Madrid.
But where were they in the league? Where were they in the league? Nowhere near. They were sniffing.
Mid-table.
They were
Leicester.
sniffing.
They were like,
That's-
hey, finish.
No, that's a team you can never use as
No,
an example.
No, because the reason why
That's the wildest anomaly.
it is wild. But the reason I use Liverpool and Leicester is because both teams hadn't won the league in donkeys, right? So they're both at a situation where imagine if Leicester were top of the league.
In 30 years, both of you had the same pedigree still.
Now they've got more than
If
us.
Leicester were top of the league and we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, right? And they knew, and it was almost like, look, this is Leicester. Leicester can't go going for gold for both games, right? Would you not say to Leicester City, can the Champions League so you can win that Premier League?
So you're saying can it because of limited resources?
Correct. Because I said
Sometimes I feel like
Man City and Liverpool are in the same situation as Remy's pointing out. They're both in the same competitions, yes. But City can go further than Liverpool and still be top of the Premier League. Liverpool can't do that. I believe in terms of
You're saying they can't afford to?
they can't, and it's Bayern. Don't bother. Don't waste your time because you have to go through a hard slugfest with Bayern Munich, and then the next round will be.
But I just think
and then the
Champions
next
League
round
games,
is what?
majority of the Champions League games are super difficult. You think Schalke's going to be easy? It's not. These lot struggle against Hoffenheim and
You see
Lyon.
Schalke's group.
And
I
Lyon,
remember
they
Schalke's group. Context. You see Schalke's group.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's
When
right.
you get to the last
Well,
16,
yeah,
that's when all the
that
big
group, by
boys
the way.
turn
Leave
up.
that-
Everyone
leave
turns
that
up.
group,
So
by
even if
the way.
City do get through
Monaco.
that, they'll have someone like a Madrid or Bayern or whoever gets through that or Barca.
But
or
City's a
Juve.
big juggernaut
So-
to face those lot.
But
They are.
In
Liverpool
a way.
aren't there yet. They're
No,
not there yet.
it's not in a way.
They're not there yet.
Before this final, what's Liverpool's last 5 years in the Champions League?
What is Liverpool?
Okay,
Before that final last year.
It's not in some capacity.
What's moving in there?
City aren't even doing like big things in the Champions League yet. So that's the thing. They've even got to kind of step up their game. So and they want to get the Champions League. I know Pep wants that. He wants to build the dynasty. So they're going for that.
But City can, is what we're saying.
Liverpool's
I'm not sure.
time in the Champions League last year was not a fluke, but they had the same running as England did in the World Cup. This year, it's a different team.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
It's true.
Am I lying?
Well, look at Liverpool.
Am I lying?
Look at Liverpool's trip to the final.
Should we name the
Look at
team?
Liverpool's
Should we name
trip
the
to
team?
the final.
They play.
Bro,
We don't have to. We don't have to.
England never
We don't have
faced
to.
City.
We don't have to. Please.
Croatia.
I don't got
Croatia.
England lost to them. Liverpool knocked out City.
No. What I'm saying
They
is
lost
that
to Madrid.
they faced one team. Roma. I don't care what they did to Barca. Roma's not bruv. Roma's not saying nothing.
Come on. They knocked out Barcelona.
But
From what happened at Anfield, blood?
But you
And
said
what happened at Anfield?
What happened at Anfield? What happened at Anfield? Man, they got piped, blood.
Wait.
You can't just step down.
No.
The man conceded 5 goals at
Anfield,
Anfield.
blood.
The next round.
No, but he said
Five.
it's like England in the World Cup. England faced nobodies in the World Cup, yeah.
So
and when they
Liverpool.
faced serious teams, they got beat.
So
bro,
Liverpool.
Roma are not nobodies, bro. They're a team that you
Roma
have to
are
go out
nobodies.
Roma, no.
Don't let Tottenham gas you.
Don't let Tottenham gas you.
How they beat you?
Because they're a team. This is what I'm saying about Schalke as well. You have to play your first team. You have to play your strongest team. You have to go there and win the games.
Roma are bums.
Roma are bums, bro. Roma are bums.
Roma
What
are
was their last
bums.
league title? What was their last league title? In
Alright,
their
cool.
boogie.
Alright,
2001?
Exactly. I was 11 years of age. When was their last Champions League final appearance? Where's their last Champions League final appearance?
I couldn't tell you.
Have they been in one? Have they been in one? Have they been in one? They're bums.
No,
They're
no,
bums.
they're
What
you can win against bums.
we will say,
that's the whole.
What we will say is, what they did against Barcelona was extraordinary. It was phenomenal. It was great.
But it's still bums.
They came to Anfield and got given 5. They were raped at Anfield. It was
Against a worse team than Barcelona. What happened? Liverpool are not better than Barcelona last year.
Liverpool faced Barcelona.
Barcelona came out.
Of course.
Yeah. Liverpool played bums.
I think it's harsh to throw
Bums.
teams.
Where I'll give
Right,
Liverpool credit in terms of their Champions League run. When they beat City over 2 legs, fair enough. You know, you give it.
You done your thing,
give
man.
it. I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them there.
They
Beating
got to the
Roma,
final. They
did.
It's not like they fluked
What was
it.
your last 16 game?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a fluke.
And you gave them 5 over there.
on aggregate.
You gave them 5 over there. No,
I said Coutinho scored.
Disrespecting Casillas.
See what I'm saying? It's like, come on.
No, like a continual cut, I think.
Liverpool beat
But that
bums
point.
and got to the final. Well done for getting to the final, but I told you, man, from early, they're not beating Madrid. They're not. Honestly.
And the thing is,
It's a shame.
their goalkeeper is awful,
It's-
but it was
it's-
part of
it's
the
not a
reason
shame.
why we thought they would have won
It's
it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what it come down to.
We can't use him as an existential factor because like he's our keeper.
It's like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
try to do that with the
Yeah.
hair, innit?
No, you
It's
can't
like,
know.
He actually is employed. by
Yeah,
the
he's
club.
employed by the club.
So,
I
he's
can't.
part of their
Thank
success.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's true. I hear that.
You guys are lucky to have the hate.
He's our player.
You pay his
You know
wages.
how many years we went through with Thierry
Oh,
Henry?
come on. Like, come on.
Arsenal would be
Oh,
without
you would be
Henry.
where you are
He's
without
our player. If we pay his wages, he's our player. We pay him to do what he's
Man
doing.
was saying that when De Gea was getting pammed, bruv.
No,
When he first came.
never.
Yeah,
Roman couldn't even catch a cross.
United are unfortunate to have the hair.
And he had scruffy hair.
I haven't gone gym yet.
You never know that.
Bolo.
Oh, mate, guys, I love talking football. Manchester United.
Oh,
7-7. 7-7, Manchester United.
Man,
United are looking good still, bro.
Only gonna lean.
He should have been on the remix still, Oli.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, look, it's Brighton.
Only gonna lean.
Yeah, so you expect to win those games. But are you seeing something, Ernest, that's making you have hope at least for the top 4?
Not yet.
Not yet. Really? Remy.
I'm seeing it. I'm doubting Thomas. I don't believe it till I see it.
You're dying.
Wow.
Thomas.
You're
Man has to see
Who's Thomas?
The Bible.
when Christ comes back.
Don't you feel like some man have got confidence knowing they're playing?
Yeah,
Week in, week out.
But again, if you go back to my comments in the summer and last season, this team is good enough.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying this is what United should be doing. But, as in, am I gassed because we're playing well? Yes, I am. But what I'm saying is that we're still not in the top 4 yet. This might be 100 days in six gods and all these other things that we did in 2016, but remixed. I'm not saying nothing until we knock Chelsea out of the top 4 and whoever is Tottenham or whatever.
Mate, there's 2 spaces available.
This is what I'm saying.
Spaces available.
So for me, I'm not saying anything because right now, like honestly,
How many points are you behind Chelsea?
3 points.
Flipping
Oh, yeah,
hell.
discussion. Oh, come on, man.
Is that also 3 points?
You're far away. You're far away.
saying nothing.
That's why I was happy you guys won. You know, we needed that win. We all needed a win.
This is what you're playing for. You're in that race.
How
You're 3
far
points behind.
We are 100% in the
And you
race.
faced us at Old Trafford.
We 100% in the race.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah,
The only team I have confidence against is Arsenal.
We don't play them no more. I saw you played them twice.
No, we got to go to Emirates FA Cup and then in the league.
You got him in the league as well, yeah.
They got us at our perch. I think we'll get 3 points in both. 3 points. I think we'll get W's in both games.
Okay,
You
Only because we're at home. Yeah, only because we're at home.
Okay.
Only. Only.
I said okay.
Only.
Okay.
And it's one of them ones, like you said, Unai gets them ready for the big ones.
Okay.
So we'll see. Wait and see.
Okay.
What's up?
Hey, I'm just like.
If you think you'll win, I think we'll win. That's it.
Oh no! It's, for me, listen,
you think you
for
win?
me,
I think I'll win.
for me, I just feel like, honestly, who's playing right back on Friday? Lichtsteiner.
Oh, bloody
It'll
hell.
be Maitland-Niles. It'll definitely be Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, yeah.
You see him, yeah? You see him,
Bellerin
yeah?
gone.
You need to put respect on
I like
his
him,
name.
you know.
Maitland-Niles needs to start playing DM, bro.
Listen,
Instead of Ganduzi.
Look,
He just needs to stop playing.
I
like the
get,
guy, man.
I don't, you
The
know,
bird
you
watcher.
know my
Oh,
views
man.
on Ganduzi already, yeah? Like, if I've got Maitland-Niles and I've got El Neni, why have I bought Ganduzi?
Listen, you know Arsenal is forever and they were playing out of position, bro.
Yeah, we've been the
Players are
masters
always
for
masters
years.
of playing out of
Do
position.
you remember when Ozil used to be left wing for Arsenal? Do you remember those days?
Disgusting.
Such things used
Hey,
to happen.
that's sackable.
Such things used to happen.
And he got
Right,
sacked.
man, he's still
That's
happening still.
fallacious.
New manager, same thing, bro.
What do you think about the stuff that goes on at these football games?
Yeah, you just
Like,
think,
you
is
think,
anyone with a brain?
No,
It
we
beggars
went through an
belief.
era
It
where
beggars
this happened, and you're like, wow, did it
beggars
happen?
belief.
Yeah,
It
it
does
happened.
But this is what I want to say about that United game. Yeah, Phil Jones needs to leave my club.
Again.
Really? So he hasn't had a resurgence under
Clean
Oli.
sheet, bro.
There's been a couple of players that haven't had a resurgence.
Clean sheet at 9.
I would say that Martial he's not had a resurgence, but I feel like Martial is creating chances where people are not fit. Like, I watched this guy create chances against Tottenham and against Brighton. It's like no one is finishing.
He's going into it, though, isn't it?
But
He had a sick chance where he almost he controlled
that for me should have been a goal. That should have been a goal
goal.
for me. I feel like Martial's better than that miss, but I still feel like I don't necessarily know what it is that Martial is. I think it's all in his head for me because when it comes to his ability, he's better than every forward we have. Do you see what I'm saying? Including Sanchez. Like he's better than, in terms of ability, keeping the ball, finishing, composure. He's better than everyone we have here. But it's all in his head. I don't know what is going on with him at this moment in time.
Isn't he signing a new contract?
Yeah, apparently he's close. Apparently De Gea's close. Apparently Pogba's close. But you know,
What a coincidence.
but certain managers, you know, but we'll leave it.
He should have been named.
These men don't even know who the manager is going to be next year, but
Give
they're
it
signing
a-
him.
And this is the thing. So yeah, Phil Jones needs to go.
That's good. If I'm a player, I'm excited about that.
If you're a player,
Yeah, as in, like, I feel like it opens a new window of opportunity.
Hey, my man's out here getting panned, bro. Sorry.
Hogan's getting introduced to
But
the
flipping,
championship.
what was I going to say? Diego Dalot has done more for me in 2 games than Luke Shaw's done all season.
Crazy.
Yeah?
I was impressed with that.
Like, the guy has an assist. Name me Luke Shaw's last assist. Alright, cool. Name me his last created chance. Get him out of my club, bruv. Like, no, honestly, Luke Shaw...
You left back.
well, that time he scored that goal when he
That's like opening game of the season.
The jammiest goal. Oh, bruv. Like, honestly, like, you know when man were calling him a BBW, yeah? I was like, raw. Like, it's a bit harsh, you know?
Wow.
But, like, raw. Luke Shaw, no, I'm
he's
tired of this rant.
Is that what
And the
you
thing
got
is,
there again?
and the thing is, it goes back to what Mourinho said. I think it was before Swansea. He said, some of these guys do not have the mentality to play for Man United, yeah? And it's not the first time Luke Shaw said I'm ill during warm-up. It's not the first time he's done it, yeah?
What?
So I'm like,
Yo, like, tell me back.
like, bruv, I don't know, diarrhea or whatever.
Big
I don't
man.
know, like,
If
bruv,
you've got diarrhea, can you play a game?
I'm not saying it's diarrhea.
No,
I'm not saying it's
Take,
diarrhea.
take a
I'm
couple
just saying-
Z-packs or something.
I'm just saying, I'll never forget
Some
when
antibiotics.
Carrick played for us under David Moyes and under I think it was Van Gaal as well. Man had a broken toe playing centre back for Man United.
Bro,
Like, bro,
Darren Fletcher almost died.
Michael Carrick
He was
played
kicking ball.
under the lasagna gate at Tottenham. This man will kick ball under any.
like under any circumstance. and that's the thing. Like, even going back to Mourinho, he made some brilliant points about.
I'm being sports in it.
He made some sick points. Yeah.
It made me love him again.
Great.
No, but honestly, it made me love Mourinho. I was
never
like,
stopped.
I miss the Mourinho.
Yeah, man.
I miss the Mourinho when he's not managing my club.
I like
miss that guy.
Great
You know,
guy.
'cause
So this is it. It's like they tell me I don't score goals. I got 101 points.
160.
Oh, bro.
116
By the way,
goals.
I put in the group chat. I'm saying it again. Richard Keys is a tool, bro. You see him, yeah, bro. You know, like man.
He milks the cow.
Bro,
That's what he does.
He's such a weasel, bro.
He's
You're a
Piers
big man, you
Morgan.
know.
He's Piers Morgan.
Bro, you're a big man, you know.
No,
like,
he's not Piers, he's Angela Yee. That's who he is.
for real.
That's who he is.
Gas,
Nah,
gas,
for real.
gas.
Nah, absolutely.
Like, honestly, I'm
He looks
not.
like such a loner.
I'm
like
not-
He's beg friends everything.
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of
obviously
Mourinho's.
chums.
I'm not a fan of Mourinho's. Like that, the group chat discussion. Yeah, I think it was.
That was brilliant.
That's how you kick off a year in the group chat. That was hilarious, bro.
No, it was-
because
it
you
was
have
full on.
you have Mr. No Rest over here. Yeah,
Mr. No Rest.
talk about Djokovic.
Tenacity.
Talk about Djokovic. And then Robin. I'm disappointed in Robin. Like, honestly, I'm.
Robin was talking out of pure emotion. He was.
No,
he's
honestly,
hurt. He's
he's hurt. And I hear that.
He's hurt.
I hear that because
Yo,
hey,
yo,
Hey,
bro.
what is he hurt about?
Full stop.
Mourinho's a terrorist.
Mourinho's
Mourinho's a
scarred him.
terrorist.
Mourinho's scarred him.
Mourinho's a terrorist. Because I agree with Pierre. Yeah?
Mourinho's an area boy.
How man can forget? Yeah?
He's an area boy. But you know them I can see at night. You know what it is?
Oh my goodness.
You know what it
This
is?
guy was wounded.
He's lawless. That's lawless.
You know, like when you go prison, like this guy has been scarred.
Mourinho's hurt, bad man. Pause. But flipping.
I was gonna say something,
But flipping. And I understand why Robin's hurt, yeah. But I agree with Peter. How can a man look at his CV and tell me that the least amount of time, and he even said on being Sport, he said, how long has man been trophyless in my career? I said, what flipping bad man?
In this
What the whole
career?
year?
I mean, the earliest seeings of him was 2003, and you're telling me since 2003
That's
he's only
not
had 1 year where he's not won a league.
That's different,
That's
different generations of football.
No, for me, what got me mad about group chat? Man said he's finished.
Yeah,
I looked at that.
Who said that?
Man, what said that? Back in the thing about.
Who said that?
Who said that? Yeah, who said that? That's right. Back
I got receipts.
Mr. Djokovic.
I said he was Federer.
Was
I said he was Federer.
legs to do it, you know.
Let him do it, bro.
And Andrew Roddick.
That was disrespectful.
That's when I got hot. Because I was like, look, I can't stand up. I can't believe I'm backing this guy for a start. You're making me go down this road. But secondly,
Yeah, that was wild.
finished.
I was like,
I was sitting there like, come on.
because Peter said you take about Arsenal. I was like,
you know why?
that's what you said in 2016.
That's far.
It's not.
I wouldn't take him at Liverpool.
It's not.
I wouldn't take him at Liverpool.
It's not.
But I respect him nonetheless.
This is right. I wouldn't take him at 2016 because I Arsene Wenger. But right now, now my views have changed because I don't have a manager that I cling on to passionately anymore.
Mazabego with no choice.
You know what I care about? Winning, Ernest.
Facts.
Football is about what?
And 2016, I was on the Mourinho bandwagon. League Cup, Europa League. Chat to me.
Bang.
Chat to me.
Bang. And I
So now we're happy with those trophies.
No, it's not that we're happy.
You forgot the charity show. That's free trophy.
I mean, hey,
Bro,
listen.
bro, if I see confetti and around a trophy, there's red and white ribbons. Man's gas.
Can I keep it?
so-
Can I keep it
so-
back with you guys? If Mourinho does exactly what he did at Man United at Arsenal, and we won the league, mate, I am sitting with a cigar.
What do you mean we won the league?
No, as in say like he did the craziness that he did at United, or the craziness he does at the post successful Chelsea
the
eras,
dictatorship,
all that stuff. If I'm winning the league, or I'm winning the Champions League, or I'm winning the Europa League, or I'm winning FA Cups, League Cups, bruv, I'm taking them. Because that's in the cabinet.
Yeah, because you
It's
used
in
to
the
grill me.
cabinet.
You used to grill me about morals.
I was jealous.
And I used to be like,
hate it.
Do you think I care? He put me in my first league
The
titles.
thing is, I hated the because his style of football was awful, but it brought success. And at the end of the day, do you know what's so funny? He's looking back and he's saying, you know, look at these managers that everyone talks about in England who don't win anything.
Facts.
He's sitting there like, you know, I don't get how people talk. They're talking about guys that don't win stuff. Yeah, I've won stuff, and yet I'm the one critiqued. And it's like, for him, it's like I don't get it. I thought football was about winning.
And he was making such brilliant points because Richard Keys, the clown, asked him, would you rather win the league? Would you win the league playing defensive football or play attractive football and entertain?
I feel like anytime you start questioning
when you asked that question, I sat there thinking, and you know what's so funny?
I was talking to a girl at 11 PM, you know.
In that moment, yeah. In that moment, but I had to sit there and just say, no, I need to repent because I remember there was a time when I was like, I'm all for the attacking, attractive football. Yeah, we were doing it. Yeah, we were doing it at the time. We're not even doing it anymore.
Mourinho's a winner.
But for me, I'm like, no, the guy takes the titles. I want titles. That's what I care about in football.
That's it.
I don't care about how we play.
This is why we kick the ball.
Give me dogged performances. Because guess what? No one remembers how Leicester played. But guess what? They remember the league
I
champion.
can't remember.
They played against Sevilla and Atletico Madrid in the Champions League.
Do you know how awful? Do you know how awful we played in some of those League Cup games?
Oh my
but we won it though.
Oh yeah, we won it. That Europa League.
Celta Vigo.
That Europa League.
Celta Vigo. Some of the worst 180 minutes I've ever watched in my life. That Celta Vigo 2 fixtures. But we won the Europa League.
No, Europa League is horrible.
Thank you.
No, the worst game of my life, Liverpool versus FC Utrecht in 2010. I fell asleep in the 12th minute and then come back up.
At least that's a Dutch side. We've got teams that are, you know,
Karabag. Bro, I remember Chelsea versus FC Viking in the Europa League. No, it was a UEFA Cup back then.
No, for me, Videoton was the team that spun me.
Dark days. Oh yeah, that's this year. That's
sounded like a new Blockbusters.
Sports Club Poltava. Who the hell are they?
Bro,
who are the Bate Borisov?
United played a team that was like 19 years old.
That's so
Sawyer?
thing.
Was it
NBA
Oh, yeah.
He played some young team.
Rashford.
His hand and that.
Young team.
Yeah, no, Rashford came up.
Yeah.
Remy, you are excited. You said that you know, I was asking the
Yes.
question earlier, and you were in a bit of a disagreement with Ernest, and it says that you're seeing things like Man United. You think, do you know what? There is potential hope here. There is something going on. Talk to us. Why?
6 games in a row of a win. Winning, you know.
7.
Oh, 7 with the FA Cup.
Will you beat Arsenal on Friday?
I'm saying yes.
No, I'm asking.
It'll be tough, but yeah, I can see it. Can I see it?
Will you? Not can you?
Will
See
you?
it?
Yes.
We can see all the results. All three.
I can see a million. I can see a million pounds.
Will it?
I can see it.
That's another
Will speaking into existence.
Will Manchester United beat Arsenal?
I can see a rollie.
At the Emirates. At the Emirates. Will they beat them?
Yes, I can see that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, yes,
Why?
yes, they will.
Why do you think that?
I think he's got them in a good space right now. The football's flowing.
You have a better team than Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
to be in games like that, when it comes to it's always tight when it comes to the big games.
Yeah,
It's a better team or not. Anyone can be.
Form goes out the window.
Yeah.
But if I was like the Lingard or Rashford or Martial, I'm looking at Arsenal's back four as food. Honestly, like how Chelsea did not take advantage of.
Can you imagine?
Like Socrates, like I love Socrates because he celebrates defending. Like that.
Oh,
for me,
mate, the
that
amount
for
of
me,
fist pumping
like,
he does
honestly,
after attacking.
like
That's how
he's
it's supposed
sick,
to be.
bro.
I like him. He's a Viking. Just
He's
roll.
a
roll
centre
bars.
half.
bro.
He's a centre half.
No
He's
nonsense.
sick, bro. And the fact that Koscielny's come back with a comb over, yeah, looking like,
Bro.
honestly,
Ernest, I was saying this to Peter on Saturday. He thought I was taking a mick. I was like, no. How we have not pammed Koscielny
no, honestly,
is
bro.
ridiculous.
And that's what I'm saying. If Man United do not take advantage of all of that stuff, yeah, because in midfield, Torreira will give us a hard time. Genduzi's a bit higgy-hagger.
Don't play.
But even our defense is not amazing. I mean, obviously theirs is worse.
Bro,
But
Phil
Ramsey,
Jones,
he
no,
has to play
take
Ramsey.
Phil Jones out.
Your defense is bad
He has
still.
to play
Take Phil Jones out.
I think it'll be tight. It will
Wait,
be
wait.
tight.
So what, even Ollie's not doing Lindelof and Bailly?
Okay. This is. I've wanted to say this for a long time about Baye. Yeah?
Uh-oh.
I love the Bray. Yeah?
However,
Here we go.
however,
If we signed Koulibaly, Alderweireld. By the way, Alderweireld is 25 million this summer. Someone round this room's team needs to be smart. Yeah.
well, I've shouted it from the office.
Chelsea need a
Sign
centre back.
him.
Yeah. Chelsea need a centre back. United need a centre back. Arsenal need a centre back.
Several centre backs.
Someone
I
needs.
would say no to him.
He's
I was saying, bro.
better than Joe Gomez.
Why am I saying no? Why am I saying no to quality?
Yeah.
Bring him over.
Someone needs to sign Alderweireld.
And he'll be regalvanated as well.
100%.
He'll be happy.
He'll be on it.
He'll be like, a couple
be on
of
it.
wins. A couple of wins things.
100 bags a week.
And pay more.
Pay me my worth.
And double my wages.
See
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I'll give him 105 just to make sure he's earning more than enough.
So for me, I feel like with Eric Bailly, yeah, I love the Brer, but that red card is exactly the reason why a manager will come and say,
He's erratic.
you're good, innit?
I don't think we spoke about how ridiculous that red card was.
So erratic.
That was so unnecessary.
But the thing is, we've all saw it coming.
I swear you know when I phoned it up, was something mad like that.
It was full of, yes, yeah, we were
Ridiculous.
coming up. Yeah,
That red card was
it was comfortable, and it was.
he's
and
suspended.
the thing about Eric, as in he's back, but he's
Is
not.
he back for the Arsenal game?
He was back for Brighton.
He's
But
So what? Oh, he missed the best.
his last game was Tottenham.
Wasn't it
Oh,
double
double
yellow?
yellow. That's why.
His last game was Tottenham.
Okay.
So I'm looking at his ability, but I'm also looking at the fact that, like, for example, the reason why I play him against Arsenal is because he had Aubameyang in his back pocket at Old Trafford.
Matching for speed as well.
Bro, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
When I
he
saw
has-
him do that, I was like,
so
bro.
he has the attributes to be an actual legend at Man United. Yeah, he's got quality, bro.
Nah, I just want to see. I want Friday night to come. I want to be pumped and us beat Manchester United.
I hear that.
Because
And the thing is this, yeah, I will say this, and it's not a cop out. We can call it what you want. If we come out of the FA Cup,
Here we go.
less competitions.
Do you know what?
We need a rest.
If I was,
I guess what-
if I was a United fan,
yeah,
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer winning the FA Cup would be huge.
100%.
It would be huge.
That'd be a nice little story.
Like that's
it would be
that's
tremendous.
big,
It'd be a
innit?
tremendous story.
Like even
But
if
do
he
you know
does that
what,
and then
bro?
leaves,
David, I don't know where you are, but for me, the Europa League and the FA Cup are two competitions that Una has to go for, and that's it. And just leave it there. Leave the league alone. Leave it alone. It's tough. Leave it alone.
Fam,
Bro,
all the way to the FA
But
Cup.
you don't have to leave the league.
You could down. You could
Leave it alone, yeah. Leave it alone. Why
We're 3 points
If
off
that
the
fifth
top
no
four.
trophies, it's mad.
Yeah,
The league.
Nah, he meant
yeah.
top
I
four.
meant top four. Sorry,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
not the title.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah.
The title? Do we know what? We haven't seen the letter T anywhere. We don't know what the heck the title is. No. Day one we lost. They by match day 2 we were 6 points off the top. No, we were out of the league. Yeah, I'm not talking about the league. I'm saying in terms of that, finishing it, getting in the Champions League. I want to see 2 cups at the end of the season, Unai. Bring me 2 cups and you will be all sins are forgiven. I will be like, yes, let's roll on, get the ball rolling and let's get back in the top 4. I just want to fight for the league title again. That's what hurts my heart. It's like I want to fight for that. That's the main thing I want to fight for. But I know where we are. So let's fight for the Europa League and let's fight for the FA Cup. Let's beat Man United and go on and win that FA Cup. And if his record in the Europa League is as good as it is, let's go and win the Europa League, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you, man, in the group stage. I'll see you lot in the group stage of the Champions League. Yeah?
Someone's dropping out.
Why am I going to be here? Yeah. One of us ain't going to be here.
I'm not with that Champions League for the sake of it, If your team's not ready, don't go in it.
Wait, hold on. Chelsea, Arsenal, United. Let's say Liverpool.
Nah, I wouldn't even say that still. 1 year Liverpool weren't ready, the next year they was in the finals, so you never know. You never know.
All this, what is that if you're not ready? Sometimes just go in.
Hold on. A man moving mad. Did you see Liverpool's what's it called? Route to the final. I'm saying. Give Liverpool of last season this group, and let's see what's really good.
But that's his point that you don't know what route
you never know what's going to happen.
Come on,
we got Sevilla, we still got knocked out.
Chelsea's finished
because the terrorists played Scott McTominay in midfield.
New contracts
That's
incoming.
what I'm talking about,
bro. And then Ben Yedder come off the
Like,
bench.
come on,
I'm saying anything can happen. You can get an easy team. You can get. Okay, not easy, but you can get.
Listen.
It's all about the luck of the draw.
For me, I agree with Champions League. It attracts a better quality of player, and you want to be testing yourself at the highest level.
Certain men are not ready. Certain men are there for bants.
What do you mean they're not ready?
No, Arsenal weren't ready for that 14 years.
Arsenal were in the Champions League for just banner.
They were always so close.
The thing is, we always used to get so far. That's the thing. Look, it's true.
No, so close.
No, as in.
For bare years, it was by the odds goal, don't go out.
It was, we always went out on like an away goal, one goal.
That's how it works.
But hold on, I get that. But we would finish top of our group and then get Bayern. It was
You're right.
The only one I was like, you guys messing around with the Monaco. You guys messed up.
The 1 year we finished second in the group, we get
and
Monaco.
you face Bayern again. And then what?
I know, but he's saying they were close. I'm like, we
lost out by 1 goal to Bayern Munich.
No, I mean like obviously there was round of 16 stuff, but I'm saying they were always like
in 06,
even though they were so bad.
Ever since 06, they were sniffing Champions League.
Not the final. I mean, even though they were so bad and they weren't ready in their team, they were still pushing these top teams to like. It was always a tough game.
Yeah, it was. It was never
except when Barca and Messi just
I think all that stuff.
But it's just like regardless of if you are ready, whoever you get in round of 16, go for it, and you can make it a tough game.
No. What I'm saying
is no guarantee.
What I'm saying is that if Arsenal go to Champions League this year, they're going for bans. They're not going to challenge. They're not going to do anything. Certain men go Champions League.
Chelsea and Liverpool won the Champions League, but we weren't ready.
Yeah.
So
And how often does that happen?
It don't happen often, but it happens.
How often?
Look at every English team. Every English team won it on penalties, or by luck, or by they weren't ready.
That's like saying we don't.
No, let's actually not do this. Let's not do this.
Come off it, man.
Let's really stop this because man are saying it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often for a reason.
But my team.
It doesn't happen. I don't care. Listen. I don't care.
It's always with the English teams. Look at the way Liverpool won it. The way Chelsea won it.
I don't care.
I can't lie.
Was a bit
You have to
better.
believe in fairy tales.
Listen,
It has to happen.
why didn't
Every year's man believing in fairy tales.
they finished fifth?
Okay.
By being there,
Why?
because if you get in there, there's a possibility that your team will become better for the next
Most
season.
times,
To
9 out of 10.
and you can the league. Should keep quiet, man.
Even if it's for recruitment alone.
9 out of 10 times.
For recruitment alone.
And it's for the champion. It's for that.
The money.
Come on.
The music is powerful. The music is powerful.
It's power.
Have you heard that Napoli one where they're singing outside the stage?
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Too sick.
Do you know what it is, yeah?
You have to be romantic.
No. As a Man United fan, when we went for the Champions League, I'm like, if we're not going to win this, let's just not be a part of it.
As a United fan,
No,
won it
I
twice.
feel like every year we went for it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's where my mentality is from. So I'm not with the whole just going in it for, like you have to be in it to win it, yes. But most man
Be serious, blood.
No.
Always serious.
They've honestly because the fact that we all knew who's the semi-finalists were. There was a period of time from like 2010 to about 2016. You knew who was going to be in the semi-final.
Barca, Bayern, Real Madrid.
What's the rest of the man them saying? Nothing. Because you're not serious.
But this year we can't even call it. So
This year you can't call it.
We
This year you
can't.
can't call it. Because Real ain't good.
How often are we in this predicament?
no, it's
Guys,
true.
stop taking isolated incidents and using that. No, this is
I'm talking about now. It's right now.
It's not isolated.
It's right now.
It's not isolated.
So what happens?
It is isolated
Last year,
incidents.
what was the semi last year?
Teams are benefiting from being in the
Roma,
Champions League.
Real Madrid. Who did Real Madrid have in the
What was the
semi?
year before?
Bayern.
What was it the year before?
Yeah, year before. Real Madrid.
Back to time.
What was it the year before that? Guys, stop this, man. This is annoying, bro. This is annoying, man. We're not waffling, bro. We're not taking isolated incidents and saying because it's happened this one time. How often does that happen?
Before Real Madrid won it back in 2013 or 2014, they haven't won it for ages.
Atletico been to 2 semi-finals.
2 finals even. Wait.
Two finals even.
Yeah.
Like, what am I talking about,
But that
bro?
was recently though.
Atletico Madrid are part of the conversation.
Don't
Liverpool are not. Liverpool are not. Juve have been to 2 finals.
But one of them getting knocked out this year though.
If Liverpool goes to the final this year, they're part of the conversation.
Yes.
No,
But they had to be in
No,
it last year to beat for you to
I'm
respect
saying,
them this year.
I'm saying consistency. I'm saying consistency puts you as part of the conversation.
Yeah, but you have to
Chelsea. Yes, but I'm saying that more time, man, are not ready.
But no one's ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's be real. No one is ready.
What? You're not ready until you're
You know what to expect. You're ready until you're in it.
Trust me.
Honourable mention.
That's in the hospital.
Honourable mention. Wolves 4, Leicester City 3.
One of the best games.
What a game!
One of the
this
best
was.
games I watched this season.
What
Yeah,
a game this
game of
was!
the season.
Fantastic.
They're both
football.
equally matched as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they took it over each other. I think Wolves overtook Leicester with this win. They're that close in the table.
Yeah,
so
right,
it was a very, it was nip and tuck that game. It was very, very tight.
Man like
Very, very
Ruben, man like João Moutinho.
Okay, so-
Oh my gosh.
Ruben Neves, let's get him at United. Let's get him
That
at
Jota
United.
goal, Ruben Neves' assist. Oh my goodness.
There was one shot that Ruben took, and you know the keeper just tips it over. the
He's
bar.
got tech, you know.
I was like, oh my god, if this went in, this would have been a win.
His shot,
Wait,
his shot.
was he injured before?
A
He
good
wasn't-
question.
I didn't see him around.
Could
for
it be
like-
Alonso?
It wasn't good on form.
Could it be Alonso Mark 2?
Xavi Alonso.
Yeah.
According to Wolves fans, he's inconsistent.
Okay.
And he is. He has a dip in form.
Yeah.
Where he's got awful form. Norwich, for those that. Oh, where's that?
West Brom.
Norwich.
I know, they're looking at Norwich. I
Looking
know.
at Norwich.
They're looking at Norwich.
I would have Norwich, you know.
Literally, it's fully West Brom. What's my man's name? What's the manager called?
Darren
Darren
Moore.
Moore.
They kept him on from
my
last
man.
season. They kept him
Darren
up.
Moore. Darren Moore. Yeah, that was a great game to that Liverpool.
Is that Robson
Wolves.
Kanu?
Yeah.
They
Why
got
don't
the same
understand? He's a
team,
forward player and he's got a number 4 on his back.
That stuff irks me.
I don't
Why
understand.
hands me up?
He spent
Kanu in it.
I get irritated by that.
He scored a nice goal at Euro 2016 and he got a move and then he's
That was
dead,
bad.
man. So
That was
Whack
literally
guy.
that. Okay, nothing really else to talk about from the
For
Champions
Tottenham
League.
scraped to win.
Tottenham, yeah, they got
Tottenham
that
scraping
scrape the
a
win.
Yeah, I mean, the water will drop.
Dug
The
out,
well will drop
dug out.
one
Do you know,
dry.
that's
They
the
have
first-
to buy a striker.
That is the
it's
first.
harsh, man. They got bare injuries.
Or
Yeah.
All at the
or they
same
got to
time
sign.
as well.
They got to sign Janssen.
That's the first league game that Pochettino has won without Son or Kane.
The first game.
No. I swear that's the first game he hasn't had either of them.
No, it's the first league game he's won with. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, and I think the stat was that was Tottenham's first game in a while, in like a few years, without having either Harry Kane or Heung-min Son on the field.
Oh, the stat I heard was that he's never won a league game without them, but same stat. Same stat,
Because
same
think about it, Harry Kane plays every game.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Is Ryan Sessegnon overrated?
Ryan
He's a kid. I never expected nothing from him.
He's
this
a kid.
season.
They were talking about England left back.
Yeah, he's supposed to go to the World Cup. We're not supposed to.
Well,
right?
when you
Last
look
year
at
was
left backs,
amazing.
you look at the left backs England have.
Who did we end up playing? Young.
Young and Trippier, yeah.
Trippier,
Yeah.
Young. So you've either got Chilwell,
I'm not really a fan.
Cresswell,
I'd rather play Trent than all them, man.
Trent. Oh, Trent's the right back.
Hey, that's another bro. I'm not a fan of, bro. Trent is, I don't know, man. I don't see the hype.
He's got a street right peg. That's about it.
I don't see the hype of
I prefer
Trent.
Gomez.
Do you know what? The thing
I
is,
prefer Wan-Bissaka by a street.
the thing with Trent is that he's naturally a midfielder.
Yeah.
So he's been forced.
But don't get me wrong,
at
he's
right
good.
back.
He is very good.
I don't see the hype of of Alexander-Arnold.
He's got good delivery.
Two times being right back
Yeah,
as well.
his right peg is sweet.
They're going to be 5 foot.
Wait.
No, because
You need electrical.
He's too tall to be.
Yeah,
He said it about Alonso.
No, but he feel like he's 6'4".
Yeah, Trent ain't even that tall.
He's probably like 6.
Alonso's like 6'3". He's a big guy, but
you need the Santi Cazorla, Cesar Aspilicueta for the fullbacks.
I saw Aspie
That's actually
6.
6.
Shut up. Is he
Aspie
6?
looks small.
No, he seems like he's 5'9", but I'm sure he's 6.
If he is, then fair enough.
He looks like one of those deceptively tall guys.
Yeah,
like
the
Luke
hair,
Shaw.
the hair is
What
tall
is
as
it?
well.
Yeah, the hair is tall.
Do you know what
I'm gonna find someone
No, do you know what it
who
is?
is like 6 foot and a world class.
It just looks awkward. They all look awkward. I don't know if you.
No,
The way that they gallop in
You know what?
Yeah,
Even Mendy looks weird, you know.
Mendy, Danilo, all of them. They just look awkward.
Dalot.
They just Dalot's a bit different yet. Cause I ain't seen too much of him. To be fair.
Hey, he's tall.
As you said, Ashley Coles and the Everest.
Actually,
the short ones.
I think of the
5'7",
short ones.
5'8".
Aspie's 5'10".
Damn right he is.
Okay, fair
Damn
play.
right.
Yeah, he looks small.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like fullbacks who are quick and agile and nimble, they're shorter. I want to see some tall
Like
left
some
and
Jordi
right backs.
Alba.
I'm not gonna lie.
It looks
I want to see.
No, do you know
what.
what it looks like? It looks like you're a failed centre half.
Yeah.
You couldn't
But
get the gig there.
According to Jamie Carragher, that's what they are.
Cancelo's 5'11".
Jamie Carragher was like,
Cancelo,
nobody wants to
Juve.
be
Juve.
a
That's
right back.
right back in the world.
You either want to
Spanish.
be a centre back.
Cancelo.
Watch out for him.
He's quick.
I think they have the best back four in
But yeah,
Europe. You know.
that's my thing on
Juve.
fullbacks.
the best.
Whether we'll come back to it again, I don't know. Goal of the week.
Alexandro 5'11". This is mad.
I saw a banger, but I've lost it.
Goal of the week.
I quite like Tottenham's goal, you know.
Which one?
Winks.
Nah, come off it.
The build up. The
No, do you know what?
including.
Oh, Rashford.
Do you know why I can't?
Rashford.
Oh yeah, Marcus.
Rashford.
Like, yeah,
Lacazette.
Oh,
Lacazette's got
no.
Jota
Keep
was
on
the
poor,
final one.
bruv.
Oh,
Jota.
Jota. Yeah, no. But I can't give it to the thing because Fulham was so bad defensively. That.
Oh, Wilson's goal.
Wilson.
That was
Wilson's
a
was
nice
a banger.
Never
Wilson-
saw it, never
I
saw
didn't
it.
watch matches.
But how much time did he need? The ball
No,
came
but you
up
had to
in
wait
the
for it to
box,
drop
The ball
perfectly.
bounced in the area and then he smacked it unmarked.
Right, should we vote?
Cali.
That's what I can think of. I can't think of any
I'm
others.
torn because Jota's goal was amazing. Gave me a great reaction. But
Maybe Lacazette.
Gave you the feels.
But
didn't it?
it gave a feel spot.
Oh,
But Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, I'm going.
The kid, I rate him so much.
I can't believe he's scoring all these goals.
I know it.
I
He's
can.
so well.
I find it weird. You know he's scored loads. I'm just like, oh, he's actually good.
Yeah, you don't actually
Yeah,
know.
right, right.
We don't actually
The
know.
terrorist made you believe
I
otherwise.
know. But it's
Terrorists.
weird. It's actually weird seeing Rashford score so really like he's
Well,
actually a good
is
finisher.
this his level though? Or like,
I told man under Van Gaal, this guy can finish.
Purple
bruv.
patch or
Is it a purple patch or is it?
is this real, guys?
I feel like it's real, you know, because
Is it real?
Well, the thing is, we'll
whenever
see.
he's playing through the middle,
because a lot of his goals are not actually coming from centre forward. They're coming from
But
the
that's
wide
even
area.
more impressive to me.
How long do you think? Okay, are we still in Ollie's honeymoon period?
Oh,
and if so,
the honey is still loose.
It's a honeymoon
Okay,
period.
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
we're
Okay.
backpacking in Asia right now.
Okay, how long does a honeymoon last?
Man said we're in
Until the
Bali.
loss comes.
Until a loss.
Until a loss.
I don't
That's
think
when you
it's
get the
until
reaction.
the
I
loss.
think that's when
It
you
is
get the
a
reaction.
reaction.
Surely there's a time where it runs out.
No,
Where it becomes, this is Man United.
but it's. I feel like he has to consistently show us bad performances for us to say, okay,
Yeah.
now because if you say after a loss, if he picks up after the loss, are we still? I think we're still on the honeymoon.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
You just said that.
Okay.
Yeah, you had
No,
a
no.
number stiff
Okay,
at
no.
an airport.
By the
at
way,
customs.
honeymoon for me is not about the results. I'm talking about when is it over? The
feel-good member.
The juice is gone.
I'll
Now
be
it's
honest.
now it's hard.
Now
Now
it's
it's
for
for
Next
real.
season.
But that'll be
Next season.
If he makes first what?
I feel like when
You know, not for real. Next season.
Next season.
Yeah.
We'll be on
Because it's
honeymoon until
temporary.
May.
Yeah.
No, because it's temporary.
No, but that's
there's
not. No, but that's not
nothing you could
exactly
do wrong.
No,
in a
when-
way.
When did Di Matteo come in? Like
What
November?
was he expected to do? That's why I said we're in free fall. Bro, the guy has managed in the Norwegian League and Cardiff. What are we expecting from this guy to do?
Yeah, but I feel like the honeymoon thing. Okay, we're over it now. That's what I mean. As in, are we over his?
I don't think we are.
Okay, no, not to be harsh to him, but the reason why I say we're still honeymoon, if what's it called? If like a sort of next season,
Yeah.
everything is a disaster, would we be surprised?
A disaster? Yes, I'll be surprised.
Oh,
disaster.
okay, it's not as good as what it is now.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna lie.
no.
After Di Matteo, nothing in football shocks me.
Yeah.
Nothing shocks me.
Fair enough. Okay. So the goal of the week is who?
Marcus.
Marcus
Yeah, give it to
Rashford.
My start to go barbers and I look what's happening.
his trim's dead. Oh my.
Oh
my.
Is it?
He's not lying.
His
Oh,
trim is
right.
dead. Did you not see that?
Is it dead?
I think the fade is not exactly smooth.
It's not like no, I
You've got a resident barber. Yeah, what
You
do
see,
you rate? How do you rate it?
you see Lacazette's
I know it's not
barber.
Lacazette level.
You see Lacazette's barber because he does Lacazette and Aubameyang. Aubameyang's trim.
Apparently that's Sterling as
sick,
well.
blood.
Apparently that's Sterling as well.
Hey, trust
We
me.
need Nicky. We need Nicky
Nah,
breaking
we
the
don't-
rules.
we don't need
breaking the rules and changing the
don't
game.
need
We
What
need
to be
him.
dancing? We have to dance for a trim.
Hey,
Shout out Mr. Trim.
Oh, thank goodness he doesn't do that no more, man.
Who's the
he
player?
still does it, you know. He does it.
Oh, thank goodness I don't see it no more.
Who's the player of the
I
week?
need to jump on it.
Who's the
I need to
player
jump on
of
it
the
still.
week? Player of the week.
Potter.
Yeah, you have to.
Potter. Yeah, that's a good
Potter.
one. That's a good point.
Yeah, he's got a hat trick.
I concur.
Which I find, by the way, the Ruben, the Eris, the Nuno, whatever his name is, the manager of Wolves,
Spirit
yeah?
of God.
Yeah, like I think it's a farce. He's been getting the sanction he got when Klopp got with absolute, you know.
Apparently, Klopp, because my boy hotted me up. He said Klopp got charged. Klopp
Yeah.
actually got charged.
Oh, and the
Did he?
Everton one.
Hey, listen.
My guy was
I'm
sent,
all for
guy-
defenders.
the guy was sent off there and then was told he's now
And
got
it was
another ban.
it was the same referee.
And it's the same referee who done the.
So, but I think basically what happened with the Klopp situation, he was then informed after the game like, yo, you should have sent him off, and then he did it this time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's what I
I
think.
think he just picked on a small guy.
Fair enough. Sometimes, you know, if referee makes a mistake, they might rectify it, but
Fine.
sometimes I find this kind of stuff a bit.
Is he
I
banned
find it a
in
bit.
silence.
I don't know.
No, but I said at the time that Klopp was wrong for that.
But for running on the pitch.
Yeah.
No, listen.
You can't do that. That's unacceptable.
I'm not saying it's bad. What
No, I'm saying it's bad.
I'm
That's
saying
Keep the same energy.
I'm just saying,
it's
let
bad.
it flow. Let them both celebrate. My
Yeah,
guy scored
yeah.
the fourth goal and a 4-3.
That's
You're damn right I'm on the pitch.
That's why I'm silent, because I feel guilty, fam. Like,
No, because let them celebrate.
rule the same fist.
Sent off and then charged. The FA do something properly.
no, personally,
They have something
both of
else
them.
to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have something else to do.
Definitely a board.
Meanwhile,
Definitely a board, man.
I'm freaking. I'm
Can I go?
pissed. No, I was gonna go there. And I just thought. I thought
I know he was
Go
going.
there.
He's gonna say shots at Mo Salah.
Go there.
Not even. I was thinking, oh yeah,
Wait,
they can look at it. But I was just thinking of Luis Suarez and friggin' and you know the biting and the racist thing and John Terry, the garbage stuff they done
That's
with
true,
that.
that's true.
The things they did with that, yeah. You know. Anyway, no, I'm done. They gave. I'm done.
But throw your shit into a crowd,
You know.
Yeah, yellow
Take your
card.
shirt off,
It's
jump into the crowd.
pathetic.
And hug
Why are they making these
it's so
rules?
pedantic. It's
They
so.
have nothing
They
to
have
do.
nothing to do, bro.
I mean, do you know what it's like? You know, like when you let's say like you go to like an office in America or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to like have a party, and they'll be like, you need form section C1A, part B, and it's just like being so
Just
nitpicky.
relax.
Just relax.
I mean,
big
well,
man.
from when
Let
Damari
man
Gray,
live.
from when Damari Gray scored that goal, when the
That was a goal.
when the, oh yeah, good goal. And when the chairman had died and he took off his shirt and they
And the
still
yellow card,
booked
yeah,
him. That's
just
when
like,
I couldn't look.
Yeah,
I
that
can't
man
look
moving
at
mad.
I can't look at the FA again. I can't look at them because they're pathetic.
Yeah.
They come up with stupid stuff. They have nothing else to do.
And certain man get away with it.
We
certain
get
man
rules
don't.
are rules.
But when it's time to
Sometimes
put your
just
foot
calm.
down, they're moving timid.
But some of the rules are stupid. Some of the rules are stupid.
The rules are pathetic.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Some of the rules
They're
are
an
stupid.
absolute
A man
farce.
can't take off his shirt after he scored a goal.
I mean,
Are
come
you
on.
mad?
I can't go into the crowd.
Soon you will be able to allow to celebrate.
Right, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
That's it. Just do the Alan Shearer and then go back.
you know what? Just put your hand in the air, or do a Hennessy. You know what? Do you know what's mad? You'll probably get a less game ban for doing a Hennessy than you would for jumping into the crowd.
Of course you would.
Doing the Hennessy. Is that what we're calling it now?
That's how pathetic it is. John Terry served less time off the pitch than friggin'.
He went to court. He got summoned to court.
John Terry was actually acquitted. Like,
Than Suarez.
he was found not guilty.
But then Suarez banged.
He was clearly.
Oscar trying to.
I mean, dead serious.
Free all the facts.
Joy, you know that BN Sport Mourinho interview you're talking about. Do you remember when he spoke about how he was banned from the stadium?
No.
The guy said I was
From the
banned.
dressing room.
I was banned from the stadium.
I'm not
Was he actually banned from the stadium?
Yeah, he was in a hotel. He watched the game in a hotel.
Mourinho's a G.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Right?
Hey, no,
You see when Mourinho used to speak about, I think it was when they won the league 2014-15, he said, no, there is an agenda against Jose. I fully agree. Honestly, the FA, when the FA put a target on your back, then they don't move it.
You're
They
gone.
don't move it. And I feel like he does get unfair, treatment or whatever. And let's keep it a buck. Like Klopp is the media darling.
Yeah.
Like he is.
And Pep.
Pep, you know what it is, yeah?
No.
They went
up from his first season.
Apart from
The yellow ribbon.
apart from the yellow ribbon,
What about when he bollocked the fourth official?
Yeah, for
what's
real.
he talking about?
Yeah.
The guy got away with murder.
Yeah, for real.
In the context of
Michael Redmond's an SOB.
Yeah.
ran onto the pitch and called him an SOB, and they just let that. Oh, what passion from Pep Guardiola! Stop that. Mourinho was banned from a stadium.
Does that mean that Mourinho's never done anything mad and he's got?
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's done madness. But what I'm saying is that it's clear. Yeah?
Hooked up with his
It's
eyes.
clear that if you
Give Tito the mandible claw.
Man, like, no, he's a horror to himself. That's like a mistake.
it's clear that the FA they charge man for silly things, man. I'll never forget the one where I lost my mind. Yeah, was when Bakary Sagna put on his Insta page. I think the referee had just done them dirty. Yeah, he said 11 versus 12, and he got banned for like 2 games or 3 games. I was like, what? So because I put a picture up on my Insta page, like
You sound like Jose there.
no, like honestly, no, because like if it's on the pitch, I understand. If you kicked a man cold, it's my IG page, and I put my caption there.
If I funny enough, you see when my friend
That is mad.
did the whole fax thing, yeah. Apparently, I think he got like a sanction from by the FA.
That is
He's talking about
crazy.
So that's why he made
he's
it.
talking about referee.
Yeah, that's what he-
Now they
that's
said that you can't talk
crazy.
about the referees
No,
anymore.
you can't.
Yeah.
But Wenger was banned from a Champions League game because he said, "What was the point of the 5th official in the Champions League?"
Was he lying?
He's not lying.
You see, Wenger. One thing about Arsene Wenger, he's not a liar. He said some absurd things that pissed me off. But I can't say he's a liar. He's told the truth, bruv. He's a prophet. He's a truth-telling prophet.
I'll never forget his rant after when. Do you remember in the Champions League against Bayern Munich when Arsenal were hot for 7 minutes?
I
we
miss
conceded
Wenger,
a penalty.
you know. I miss
When
him.
Robin got fouled, then Szczesny was sent off. We lost the substitution, and then they were given a penalty anyway. So
The
like
triple whammy.
yeah, the triple
Yeah,
whammy.
you not played well in that
No,
game.
we played well. And
before,
Wenger said, first of all, he said, look, we've lost a player, we've lost a substitution, we've given them a red card because we stopped a goal-scoring opportunity, which is given back to them with the penalty shot.
That doesn't make sense.
Then he said, what is the point of the 5th official? Banned. Next week, banned. and what have they done? What have they done? You can't get a red card for a penalty.
Hey,
It's unbelievable.
we need to rethink the laws, though, you know.
It's unbelievable. No, it's because when he said the profit thing, I thought, no, Wenger said some stuff where they come into fruition
Yeah.
5-10 years later. He was saying for years that.
But when he says
It's
it,
true.
yeah,
When
he
he's on a red
says
card for denying it, then they get penalty. And it's double whammy.
That doesn't make no sense.
you can't.
what is this?
Outside of the box, fair enough. But if you're getting a pen for it,
Is it there's a referee by that goal line, yeah? Because in the Champions League, you know they don't have the VAR.
Yeah.
So there's a guy who stands there. What is the point of
Like what I don't understand is that why before you charge a man, why can't what they're saying be assessed objectively and become a point of discussion?
because that'll be them like accepting.
They can't take a heat.
Yeah, that'll be them accepting that they're wrong.
It's
You
pride.
know what it is, yeah?
It is
I think I'm
That's
too
pride.
naive for corporate level stuff. Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Corporate level is all about the pride side. It's the brand.
It's
the face.
politics, man.
I mean, Capello up sticks and left when they stripped John Terry of the captaincy.
Like-
he just left. he just left. Like, I can't have this. Like he's not even gone to court yet. He's not even been proven guilty. You've stripped him of the
I
captaincy.
saw we're preparing for a tournament.
Hardcore Euro 2012.
10.
12.
12.
10 of South Africa.
Because it's Roy.
He-
Oh, no, I
managed
think it's
to.
the Wayne Bridge thing.
He
Yeah,
managed
that's
it. He
right.
managed it.
Yeah, you're right.
He managed it. He said, "What? So you stripped my captain without even me, without even telling me? I'm out of it."
I feel like he just went to retire.
To be fair, he was pissed
Listen,
off.
he collected
Why
the
would you
piece,
manage
bro.
England?
He realised that England's talent is awful. He's not used to this.
And the pressure is so high
The
for
pressure's
nothing.
too
For no
high.
reason.
Managing England's long.
You're not even Italian quality and the pressure's this high.
I feel like that's the most difficult thing about managing England, you know? You're dealing with the
A
league.
man said, you mean Coutinho is holding bench at Barca and they still felt they needed to buy Kevin Prince what? I've been telling man about Coutinho for years.
Like, he's good.
He's a 40-yard shot merchant, bro.
No.
Listen,
You know what, though?
bro. He's overrated,
He's
bro.
inconsistent. Yeah.
He is overrated,
The
bro.
Kevin Prince Boateng signing just means that Dennis Suarez will come to us.
No, I know what it means.
All I
Listen,
thought. That's what I thought.
listen.
Oh, Dennis is over.
From 2018, I am all for agendas.
You just said an
I
agenda
know.
guy.
I love
An agenda
agendas, bro.
specialist.
No, because
Then join my agenda, bro.
What agenda?
Man City versus Liverpool. What have I been doing all season long, Ernest? You need to hop on.
It's true.
Because if I dare see Vincent Kompany lifting the title in May, I'll be sitting here with a big grin on my face.
You know what it is, yeah? As the weeks go on, I don't want City to win it because they're pissing me off. Yeah. But
In what sense?
no, because
They don't feel like champions.
no, because Pep has come to this league, yeah, and man have lived inside his bum.
Pay rent.
No, paying rent, yeah.
Gas and electric. Because put money in the key, you know? to keep my warm.
Listen to payment in his mum.
That's me good. Pay council tax.
Because he made cholera spray the ball from centre back from like 8 yards. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's like, listen, I'm all for Pep. I'm all for Pep being the Messiah.
Sorry, do you remember when Sanya and them lot used to come into
Inverted wing backs.
and everybody was having a massive hard on for it?
Back in the day, they do red circles.
I'll never forget it. Yeah. They threw a circle of the four centre.
Oh my God.
Go away.
Oh my God. And everybody was just like, look at what he's doing here with Sanya and Zabila. Like, and then he binned them off the next window.
Oh my days. Pep needs to do a social experiment. He needs to like play a Aguero right back. And wait for them to give him plaudits. I'd be like, it was banter, guys.
Because honestly, like the Rio Ferdinand's comments about Jorginho.
I love Rio. Rio makes me laugh.
No, honestly, I'm losing respect for him by the weekend. Because he said
Mike Ashley was mad.
Where is he going?
No, the Mike Ashley comments.
No, he was securing the bag. I don't care what anybody says. He was trying to keep the bag.
Number 5.
Hey, and you know what the
Do you know what's funny?
He killed that
the
bottom
part
line.
is, yeah, now Mike Ashley's, what? He's not trying to rescue HMV. What the hell?
Yeah, what's that about?
But apparently he's got no peas.
He's a franchise saviour.
He's
He's a franchise saviour.
I saw he bought Debenhams or whatever it was.
That's a franchise.
I was a
Why is he
franchise.
buying all these failing companies?
Newcastle's highest record signing is Michael Owen at 16 million quid.
In 2019.
That is to this day.
I
To
saw-
this
I
day.
saw-
Owen.
I saw a
To
Newcastle
this day.
fan.
400 years of slavery to this day.
To this day.
A Newcastle fan posted Newcastle United's record signing 10-year challenge.
He was
It was
angry.
Michael Owen in 2009, and it's still Michael Owen today. How's the record signing still the same?
Blood. Like,
Oh, and
honestly,
meanwhile, Bournemouth are spending 19 million on centre forwards that don't even play for their club.
no, 20 million on Nathan Ake.
Oh my
That's what
God.
we're talking about.
If I'm a Newcastle fan, if I'm a Newcastle fan, I'm sitting there thinking,
Where did Bournemouth get 20 million from?
No, seriously.
No,
10 years ago, they were on the brink of collapse.
Finish
They were this close to going out of business.
every season, bro. Jordan Ibe, record signing. Then they buy 20 million, record signing.
Aye.
Then they buy.
Can we discuss?
Come on,
Lerma.
You see Liverpool, yeah?
Lerma. Where they get it now from?
Liverpool are that IG bad B, yeah?
Michael Edwards. My brother.
That will sell you the whole dream about she's gonna like change your life or whatever, yeah? And then she'll run away with your peas, man. Like Liverpool have finessed bare
Do
clubs.
you know how many clubs Liverpool have finessed?
It's about time.
But
We paid
Barcelona.
£35 million for Andy Carroll. It's about time.
Payback time.
Slave trade. It's about time, bro.
Oi, Barcelona, yeah, 145 million for Coutinho. Finesse.
I would have even asked for more,
Bro,
personally.
in a
It's
year,
about
remember
time.
the summer when we went 40 million and £1? They sold the same player the next year for
It's
75
got to be good,
million.
though. How can you disrespect?
Finesse.
No, it wasn't disrespect. No,
It's
no.
not disrespect.
They went about it the right way. We broke the law.
75 million the following summer. I mean,
Thir-
come on.
Plus 31 league goals.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you very much.
Christian Benteke.
Oh my God.
Mamadou
We
Sakho.
got like 20 odd for him, you know. No, we got 30. We got 30.
You sold him 30.
We got
32
30.
million quid to
Blood.
I'm
Benteke.
telling you,
You
play
don't have
team.
finesse.
Who knows who Brad Smith is? We sold him to Bournemouth for 6 million quid. I saw him play like twice. I said he's not good enough.
I can't believe
We
it.
sold Kevin Stewart for 8 million.
They made 19 million of Dominic Solanke.
Solanke.
They
They'll
made
sell
19
million,
million.
and they'll sell Carrius. They'll make
Oh,
bear. They'll make bear.
How have they done it?
Origin will go for like 20.
How have they
No,
done
yeah,
this?
we're holding out for like 25.
And you get it.
Better teams wanted him. They don't fork in the
But they
peas.
sold
Sit on the
Reina to
bench.
Napoli for like 25 million, to Real Madrid, I think, or Bayern, for 25 million.
Is it that much?
Like an age 30 Pepe
It's been
Reina.
around the block, you know.
Like,
Yeah.
Wasn't it Napoli?
I think it's to Bayern.
You know, I said he was free to Bayern.
They went back.
I think he went on loan somewhere.
He was on loan
and
at
then-
Bayern.
He was on loan
He was on
okay,
at Bayern,
okay.
You know?
Liverpool can fleece a club all day long. They are the best.
Thank goodness.
You lot are the best at it. I swear down. Anyway, team of the week. We wrap the shambles up. Team of the week.
Team of the week.
Huh. It's definitely
Arsenal,
not
I
us.
said Arsenal, you know.
Arsenal
Maybe Arsenal beating Chelsea. No one expecting it. I'd even say Bournemouth beating West Ham because West Ham are just
We
weird.
keep saying don't expect it. I told you it was going to happen.
Yeah, you did.
But still, yeah, I think it's
You
Arsenal.
did, but yeah.
Arsenal were not good enough, and they beat Chelsea. That's just what it is.
Why did they not good enough?
The high press. You know,
No, not in the 90s.
Yeah, you have to give him respect for it. Ramsey.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Aaron Ramsey has to play against Man United without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, Ramsey's the other one that plays there.
Anyway, so yeah, is it Arsenal team of the week?
Yeah.
Who's not the team of the week? Is it Chelsea?
It's Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
Is it that simple?
Is it that simple?
Yeah, it's that
Chelsea,
simple.
yeah.
They didn't.
Excellent.
Actually, Oscar, quick question regarding your team, yeah? So, in terms of Sarri, are you do you believe that he should, like, stay with what he's doing? And, like, he should, like, see it to its full fruition? So, like, he's a football manager where he's got his own identity, he's got his own stamp on things. So, like, give him the resources to allow him to play exactly how he wants to play? Or do you feel like he needs to adapt his game to the
I feel like
Also,
I want him to have his resources and play it, but he does need to learn how to adapt because he talked about it in his press conference actually. Yes, he said, I didn't like the way the Chelsea players didn't adapt within the game, and I was like, but you have one system.
But certain man needs to be
system.
dropped as well, though.
Yeah, he needs to have like more than one style.
Like Hudson-Odoi is not a fool. He's being played.
Rejected a new contract.
He's being played so it could be like, okay,
I
see,
understand.
like it's so
why doesn't he take a gamble? He couldn't be any worse than Willian.
you see what I'm saying? And he's better than Willian.
He couldn't be any worse than him.
I think one of the things that Chelsea fans don't seem to understand is that even if Chelsea were doing okay and we were third in the league and we were all right, Hudson-Odoi would still be tempted by a move to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Like Bayern Munich is a big club that wins the league all the time.
In a league where he'll feel like he can develop.
And yeah, they're definitely going to develop younger players better than Chelsea will. There's no doubt about that. So if I'm Hudson, even as a Chelsea fan, if I'm Hudson, he might as well leave because this man's playing William.
I just made a valuable point.
And Silent Pulisic.
He needs to think about it.
But when it comes to Sarri, I feel like I'm going to take the Philadelphia 76ers slogan and just trust the process.
Oh, that's an awful process.
I mean, why? Joel Embiid.
Joel
Embiid.
I was just saying that for about 5 years ago.
That man just can seasons year after year.
But with Sarri,
No,
I trust the process. We've seen the way our team has flipped.
I do too. I think he's a good manager.
I would as well. I would trust him more than I
We are a completely different team.
Give him a couple of years. Let's see what he can do.
But
you know Chelsea.
Yeah, but it's just
that's
football,
the
innit?
issue. That's the issue.
Let's just
ass.
let's just cap our expectations there.
Okay, that sums up this week's Top Floor podcast.
That's it?
Next fixture.
Right, so we're missing.
Two things.
What was the something?
Oh, two things.
Who's not that guy? Are we doing FA Cup predictions on that?
We've done the game that we care about.
Just
Yeah,
next year, right?
one game that matters.
Have you got? Because I've got one as well. Still, I wanted to go.
My one, okay, you can do yours as well, innit? I don't care.
Go ahead. We might have the same one. But go ahead.
My guy
Yes.
was born on the 30th of September 1986, blood.
96.
96.
No, 86.
86.
86, not 96, bro.
Big man.
In Chambéry, France. Chambéry. He has earned over 80 caps, and his international team, has reached the quarterfinals of Euro 2012, FIFA World Cup 2014, the final of Euro 2016, which he received the bronze boot, and in 2018 they won the World Cup. He's played for Grenoble, however they pronounce it, Tours. Is it Troyes?
The giant locations, you know.
Montpellier. And in 2012 he played for Arsenal until 2018. And then he moved to Chelsea in 2018. And so my guy here was caught by a speed camera doing 60 miles per hour.
I swear.
In a 50 mile per hour zone on London's North Circular Road.
Wow.
That's a hot road, by the way.
Now, 9 points have already been added to his license since February. Fam.
What? Added. He ain't on the road no more.
This guy's on ban.
Following 3 offences in 2018, bruv.
God's guy.
Holy smokes.
So, another 3 points from his latest offence could be added, which he has pleaded guilty. which will take him up to the 12-point limit and will be banned for how many months?
18? Will it be 18? Should be a 2-year ban.
Oh, whatever. He will be banned, innit? So he'll join his fellow comrade, Hugo Lloris, who was fined 50 grand and banned from
Fellow countryman.
for driving for 20 months. And his team lost this week. Did he even get on the pitch?
For
Yeah, he did.
a little
Did
bit.
he get on the pitch?
Yeah, on the weekend.
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
weekend.
he did.
So, Olivier Jonathan Giroud, that guy, fam! Sort it out,
You know,
bro.
when you brought him up, I thought you were going to talk about the fact that he was applauding the fans. After
That's a bit harsh.
I heard on Talk Sport on the way home that he's pleading guilty to yet another speeding ticket.
Fam, these Frenchmen move mad.
Yeah, but it's like when you have
No, we got bare cameras,
when you got a
bro.
sports car, what are you doing?
We've
Like,
got cameras for
You're
days.
going to end up speeding.
We got speed cameras for days.
No, but Drew's in the
No,
news
but
for-
fam,
for-
3
for
times,
madness
like,
quite a few
salacious
times,
stuff,
bro.
innit?
Like he's begging for his wife back.
Yeah.
All sorts, man.
Man,
3 times in
did a Robin
2018 now, bro.
How you have 3 driving
He's-
offences in 2018?
He's not as bad as Ben Arthur and them, man, but he's tier 2. He's tier 2 in one.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he got his medal, so.
Yeah, he's got his accolades.
That doesn't give a damn.
He's not Benzema, but he's got his merit.
This next one was born on the 17th of August 1977.
Flag.
What of August?
17th of August
Hey,
1977.
tread carefully, my friend.
Some
Tread
Reddit.
carefully, my
He
friend.
played
He knows who this is.
He played 581 career games and scored 284 career goals. What a guy!
Whoa!
What a guy!
Oscar, tread carefully.
Is it who I think it is?
Wait.
Holy smokes. Because for Peter to know the date of birth,
Oh,
it can only be one man.
If it's who I think
I don't want it to be. Because 77 seems familiar.
I'm all for agendas.
He scored
did he
three.
do?
FIFA
He
2004.
scored 3.
What did he do?
Can I?
I know.
Oh yeah! I don't even know what he did.
I'm here.
He scored 3 goals for the France under-20 team in 5 appearances.
3-5. What a record.
He scored.
Hey, you better not be talking about my guy.
I think
Blood,
he is.
I think he's going
He
there.
scored 51 goals for France national team.
Hey, you better not be
in
going there.
123
I don't think it's Trezeguet, you
appearances.
know.
He
No.
is
I don't
he is
think
a
it's Trezeguet.
decorated footballer who has won the Champions League. He's won the Premier
Decorated.
League. He's won the World Cup. He's
Neymar.
won the European Championships. He's won it all
He
practically.
ain't going there.
He's won it all. Since leaving the game of football, he's moved
Mad.
into management. And he's trying to win it all there too.
Hey, Oscar, you're moving wild.
However,
Oh, he's done something wild.
during a game this weekend,
Yeah.
the French football authorities might take a dim view of his outbursts after broadcaster Canal Plus
Get a plus.
caught the exchange on microphones and published a subtitled clip. While informing a player that he was taking too long with a throw-in,
Yeah.
he screamed, It's the 43rd minute now," adding, "Oh, come on now, it's enough." He appeared to then use a French insult, which translates as, "Your grandmother's a whore."
No!
That's so.
Hey, does he drive a Renault, bro?
What? Henri- oh. He has since apologised for his outburst, saying you don't see everything that happens on the sidelines. At that moment, the fourth official told the referees 4 times that there had been a foul, but it was ignored. It's tiring. And to be fair, when you've taken over a club that was in a relegation zone and they're continuously losing games, as they did this weekend,
5-1.
sometimes you resort to insults, but calling someone's grandmother a whore, that's a step
I
too
can't
far.
I feel like foreign people, they insult people so much differently. Like they've got
Well,
such
absolutely.
class, such grace, such elegance, you know what I mean?
Oh, he defended his statements by saying this is a term that we use in the streets. It's basically street,
That's when it ends.
basically
Endearment,
street
you know?
language. So that was
The
his way
arrondissement.
of trying to get away.
I remember when Suarez called Evra the N-word, yeah? And he said it's a term of endearment I use for my friends.
Wow.
Your club, you know.
Huh?
But that being said,
Your club, you
They
know.
walk around with Suarez.
Defending
Following
certain
week.
man.
Glenn Johnson, you know?
They had to
Tap dancing on the grass.
patterned up for that.
Cooler than that.
okay, Massa.
Cooler for that.
I'll wear the shirt, Massa.
I remember, man.
But yeah, Thierry Daniel Henry You're not that guy, fam. Sort it out.
TT, how could you do this?
Why are you shocked?
He deserves to be in there, though.
He's cracking under the
Do
pressure.
you know what the funniest thing I've ever seen him do? Yeah, when he was in the corner flag with Danny Mills. I don't know why, but he looked at him. I think Danny Mills trying to kick him up or whatever, and he's like. He holds the ball with him, yeah, and he's like holding him. He goes, "What have you won in football?" Yeah, he said, "I've won the French Championship, I've won the World Cup. I'm going to tear you to shreds."
Well, how can you say that?
And then he busted a nutmeg through his legs and left him. And it was just
You
like,
know what?
how can you do this?
You know what? Yeah, I would have cried when he asked you what have I won it for. That for me
Yeah,
would
I
have
was
ended, man.
like,
bro.
You know, like he fully nuts him, and then he looks like the corner, just like staring at him like
That's
you
bad.
massive tool.
I love it when people talk their ish.
And I back it up.
Listen,
Trash,
I won
innit?
the French Championship.
trash.
I've won the World Cup. What have you won in football?
That's-
I'm going to tell you.
That's why we're ridiculous better
And
to
he
be a good
nutmegged him.
footballer.
And he nutmegged him there and then.
Because certain man's arrogance doesn't match their talent, innit?
Yeah.
And you want it to.
No, but that's
No, for a long time, I genuinely believed Bentner had something about him.
Yeah, I believed it.
Because he has so much confidence in himself. Like, you can't be that
'Cause I'm
confident.
not gonna lie,
Watch
yeah?
his goal reel. Watch his goal reel for Arsenal though. There's some goals he scores. You think this guy should have been something.
It's like Giroud, but it's like Giroud, though.
No, it's not like Giroud.
Like, I could show you a minute 20 of
Giroud's not
Giroud.
good
You think he's a world beater.
Giroud's not a good finisher.
It's like,
Whereas
like-
Bentner,
I like.
we're not watching
Bentner-
Bentner goal rolls.
just I'll post it on the.
It's like asking me to watch Tom Cleverley's highlights.
I mean,
I'm
you know,
not doing
if there's
it.
something to see,
I'm not
see.
doing it. Do you know what that reminds me of? Like in terms of the arrogance and that is like Zlatan, because you see the way Zlatan talks.
But he
Yeah?
backs it up.
No. In terms of like, I feel like for all that chat, you ain't won the Champions League.
Or the World Cup.
Man.
Like honestly,
But World Cup is excusable.
no, because Zlatan
Champions
plays is some
That's
sides.
inexcusable. That's inexcusable.
Yeah,
And the only
caliber of
credible
team.
title he won was the La Liga one, where there's two
He won a title in every league.
He's got like 16 goals.
in Holland,
He didn't win a title in England.
Italy, in France. Really, he only won one title in Italy.
Well, we can't say that,
What
bro.
are you doing?
What you
You're
doing?
just taking away his accolades.
Hey, did he not win them with AC?
eight.
He won with AC,
Yeah, he
bro.
won with AC.
He's won
That's it.
Serie A.
No,
He's won
Inter.
No, he didn't
a
win it with Inter.
Juventus.
So he's won a league in each title.
Huh?
He didn't win it with Juve.
He's won it, but he won a league in all the nations.
I still won the league at every club he was at.
No,
Apart from
no,
United.
he won it in every.
No, he won it in every league.
Every league he was at.
Oh.
So the
Bar
Dutch
England.
league, Spanish league,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
won
won.
Barcelona.
French league.
I didn't
Italian
need to
league.
know that, you know. It's taking my opinion of him now.
Bro,
I feel like his the way he talks about himself makes me feel like he's better.
What's worse?
Balotelli's another one.
What's worse is that in the clubs he's played for, all of them won the Champions League bar PSG. All of them won the Champions League, and he never won one of them.
Just around the years that he
They
was
all won it around him.
Inter won it the
Maybe he
year
was
he
the
left.
problem.
Yeah.
Just saying, innit?
Yo, Pep, that's the maddest thing in football I think I've ever seen.
That was the weirdest
couldn't
transfer.
understand it.
I couldn't
Which
understand it.
I can't lie.
Where
That's what people
Barca-
suspected Pep was
Barca
racist.
paid Inter Milan 60 million plus gave them Eto'o for Ibrahimovic. That is the weirdest transfer. I mean, this is Eto'o. Eto'o went and won the treble the following year.
No, but
And
which
came
is
to England and won the
what
league.
man was saying, especially with Eto'o and then Yaya Toure.
Yaya Toure,
Is
and-
that right?
and,
Is Pep not like black players?
What's the other?
But then you see, but Keita was trash.
He was crap in it.
But then you see,
He didn't like it because you were black,
Eric
because you were
Abidal
bad.
was like a bad boy left back, which is why I'm a bit like, does he? You can't say he's racist because, like,
I mean, look at Raheem's there.
Man, them didn't buy into his philosophy.
Sterling's his kid.
No, but I don't Eto'o, though.
But you know what it is? Because the Yaya Toure thing was like, we all know Barcelona's history of signing centre backs is like flipping Chelsea's history with strikers. Like, it's not been the greatest history.
Like Gabriel Milito,
You know what I'm on?
Carlos Marquez,
It's like
But he was never a centre back.
Rafael Marquez, sir.
no, but that's my point. So for you to move Yaya, who is arguably one of the best central midfielders in the Premier League, had one of the best seasons of any central midfielder, to say you're not good enough to play central midfield, so I'm going to put you in centre back. Disrespect.
No,
But
but don't you
that-
think
that-
it was?
that was a
Don't you
system
think it
issue,
was
though.
that thing? Don't you think it was one?
Xavi
Right, La
Iniesta.
Masia.
Yeah,
Why these La
No,
Masia?
what I'm saying is that if you don't like Yaya, then sell him. Don't play him centre back. Like that for me is a bit like, come on, bro.
Read his book concerning.
He started
Eto'o.
Mascherano centre
The
back.
conversation.
He probably saw attributes in him.
The conversation about Eto'o and Ibrahimovic is very fascinating to read. If you read his book, it's fascinating when he talks about those two players. But anyway, that should sum up this week's Top 4 podcast, yeah?
I don't know.
Are we done?
Done now.
Make sure you share, like and subscribe on the YouTubes, the
Yeah.
SoundCloud and
iTunes, bro.
iTunes.
Everywhere.
You don't know.
Phil Jones out.
Top 4 podcast on the Twitter.
Oh wait, should I see how our polls doing?
Yes. Oh,
Because obviously you think.
You got to let them marinate though.
No, Peter,
you gotta let him marinate.
Peter, that was wild, you know.
I'd have Higuain.
It was so wild, bro.
I'd have Higuain.
I don't know what's happened to Peters from January 2018, bro. You said some wild things in the last 12 months.
Confirmed that Hector Bellerin has ruptured his ACL.
Oh no.
Yeah, for 6 to 9 months. I'm gutted about that.
That's bad. That's
That's
bad.
what his season's
That's
done.
bad.
Lord of
I mean,
mercy.
he won't be here till next year.
I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
his year is done.
His year is
I'm
over.
not gonna lie, yeah.
I'm gutted about that.
That's sad, man.
Because I don't rate him. I'm like,
When he
No,
plays
I became a
for-
believer of him.
You don't.
When he plays for us,
I've never rated
I'm a
Bellerin.
big fan of him.
What?
He's a pace merchant.
He's a bit more than that. He's a bit more than
I
that.
think he's a good player.
I'm gutted.
Is he a bit more?
He's a bit more.
Okay. I don't see it.
Absolutely gutted.
All right.
What's the polls?
Harry Kane is leading 86%.
How many votes?
Higuain is 14. Only 7 at the moment.
I voted for Higuain.
Oh, you voted? It is Kane.
This guy's moving mad.
Wait a minute, what?
It's a democracy.
Where was part of the vote?
And he's still
You know what it is, yeah? I opened up my phone, innit, yeah, and it popped up.
Oh,
Here's what popped up. Here's what top
I
five.
thought one time we played what's that guessing game, and then Messi came up. The first thing I said, and you can't say the name, you gotta just describe. And the first thing I said was best player in the world. So it showed my true feelings. I've always said Ronaldo's the best, but when it came to it, I said Messi. Leo. It showed my heart.
401 Barcelona goals in La Liga.
That's ridiculous.
In the league only.
Just league alone.
the league.
Let's not count in.
Nuts.
Let's wrap this shambles up
Articulate, that's the
where
shit.
Arsenal and United go head to head in the FA Cup. We'll see you next week or the week after.